Hello guys, it is Shivam here. Welcome to a brand new video where we are going to make a real-time chat app from the scratch with the help of Flutter and Firebase. So on this series, we are simply going to cover user authentication, real-time chat, responsive UI and many more. So do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's keep the like aim on this video of 500 likes. I know you will definitely do that. Now let's get started. But before we move to the code, I want to simply show you how our chat app will look alike at the end of this series. On the center, you can see the iOS device where I have simply opened my chat app, and on the right, you can see the Android chat app that we have successfully launched in the Android app. So this give a complete conclusion that this course will be for both Android and iOS, as you can see on the screen. Now the reason for showing the two screens over here, because to simply give you an idea, like a two person who has a two different devices can use this app to have a chat, right? Now here, first I'm going to authenticate with the help of Google in my Android device. Then I will authenticate with the help of Google in the iOS device. So let's click to this sign in with Google button, and now we'll simply click to this iOS button also, and we'll select one of my account for my Android device and one of my account for iOS device. Now we'll simply sign in with Google in both the device, and we have simply registered successfully and directly move to the home page. Now in the home page, you can see at the top we have simply added a wave emoji and a hello, and here we have simply shown the user name that have been simply used by the user to sign up in the app with the help of Google. Now here you can see the welcome to text with a chat up text. Now chat up is the app name that I have simply kept for this chat app, and here you can see the profile icon, and by tapping to this icon we'll directly move to the profile page where the user can simply see their profile picture, their name, the email, the logout and the delete button. So we have also added a logout and delete button in the profile page. Now let's back to the home page, and here you can see the search bar where the user can simply search for the respective username that he want to have in chat. Now what is this username? So now the reason for giving a username is something like this. It's just like an Instagram. So in the Instagram, as you know that each user have their own specific username, so that the thing we have simply done in our chat app, where we are going to provide the unique username to the each user, and by writing that username the user can simply have a chat with that user. Yeah, so now I'm going to simply write the username that I have simply signed up through my Android device, and here I will just write app crafting, and here we'll directly move to the chat page, and here you can see that it simply shows the username through which I am having a chat. And here in the chat page you can see that we have added an option to simply send a voice note to the user and a message bar so that they can send a message to the user, and you can see that we have added a attach file icon, and by pressing to this icon they can simply send the image to the respective user. So I will simply send my first message from here, and will just write hello, how are you, and will simply send this message from here, and you will see that after sending a message the message frequently appeared in my mobile device. Now I will simply tap and will send a reply to here, and you can see that it simply shows an option to give an permission to send the voice note to this user. So I will simply give a permission, and here you can see that hello, how are you message. Now I will simply reply to it and will just say hi, I am fine. Yeah, so here you can see that in no seconds we will get a message on the real time, and the two users can simply have a chat. So this is an awesome chat app. Now let's send a reply to him, and we'll say how this app is. and you can see in just a few seconds we get the message in our other device, and I will simply reply that yes, it is great. Yeah, so here you can see that the two users can simply have an awesome chat between each other like one to one in no time, and we can simply get a message from one device to the another. Now let's move and let's send the image to Shivam. Like if he asked me an image for the watch, now let's send the image to Shivam, and I will simply send the image of watch from here, and will simply send the image, and you will see that it simply shows that your image is uploading, but in no time the image has been sent to the user, and it simply shows in my app too, in my, I think so, in my Android device too. And you can see that we can successfully send the image here. Now let's send the other image here, and here you can see that how frequently the image is transferring from one device to the another, and we can successfully send an image. Now let's move ahead and let's send a voice note. So here in the Android device I will simply record a voice note from here. So I will simply tap to this mic icon and I will start recording. Hello, how are you? Do you like this app? We'll stop the recording and upload audio. Now let's wait as audio is uploading. So here you can see that audio has been sent, and will simply play this audio in my Android device, and you will simply hear it. Hello, how are you? Do you like this app? So you can see that how we can simply send an audio to the other user in no time, and we can also send images, we can also send messages. So this is the app that we are going to simply make on this complete chat app course. Let's get started. Now let's move, and first I'm going to create a onboarding screen of our chat app. So here you can see that in the images folder I have simply pasted one file which is onboard.png. Now to call this image, you already know that we need to move to the pub.yaml file, and we need to simply call our images folder name where we have saved all the images, right? Now, once you have done all this thing, let's move to the leaf folder and we'll simply create a new folder name which will be a pages, and inside the pages folder I will simply create a new file name which will be onboard, or let's create onboarding.dart. And here first I'm going to import the package by using material.dart, and we'll write a stateful widget name which will be our page name onboarding. Yeah, so here we have created one page which is onboarding. Now we'll need to simply write a scaffold, a body, container, a child, and a column. Now one thing I want to simply recommend you all before starting this series, if you want to simply learn more about the widgets, a stateful widget, and a code we usually write on this Dart file, I have already made a complete Flutter series from the scratch, and I have simply taught you about each and everything that we widely use to make our Flutter app. I will simply provide you the complete beginner course link in the description box, so it is totally free for you all to watch and get to know more about a Flutter. So in the onboarding.dart file, here first I am going to simply show the image that I have told you. So we'll simply use image.asset, and we'll write our images folder name and the image file name which will be simply onboard.png. Yeah, now let me call this page so that I can show you what all code I am writing on this file. So here I will move to the home and will simply write onboarding, which is our file name, something like this. And here you can see the debug banner. I can simply remove this by passing debug show checked mode banner to false, and it will simply remove that file from here. So this is the onboarding picture that we are going to simply use in our chat app. Yeah, now let's move and will simply provide some of the headlines, or you can say a title for this app, and will simply write enjoy the new experience of chatting with global friends. Yeah, so here I will use a text widget, and in the text widget I will simply pass the text that I have just told you now, which is enjoy the new experience spelling is correct, I guess. Yeah, experience of chatting. So we'll write chatting with global friends, friends, friends. Yeah, so here you can see the text. Now let's provide the style to this text. So I will simply use a style and a text style. Now in the text style I will simply pass a color, which will be simply colors dot black, colors dot black. Let's pass the font size up to 22.0, and font weight will be simply will pass font weight dot bold, something like this. Now I will simply center this text by using text align dot center. So we'll use text align dot center to simply center this text, something over here. Now let me also do one thing, because as I want to give some padding to this text, so I will simply wrap up with a padding widget, and here we'll write edge inset dot only. From the left I will simply pass 20.0, and from the right let's pass 20.0. Yeah, so here it is. Now I think so we can increase the font size up to 25. I guess it's okay. Now we can provide a size box from the top. So we'll write size box height, and we'll pass a size box up to 20.0. Yeah, so here you can see the text, or you can see the title of this app, which is enjoy the new experience of chatting with global friends. But if you have any better idea to show your title, you can simply go in your way. So I was thinking about that, what to simply keep a app name. So I thought that let's keep the app name, which is chat up. So through the chat up app, the user can simply search any user and can simply have a private chats. Yeah, now let's copy this padding widget here again, and we'll simply paste it over here. Now in the text widget I'm going to simply write a connect people people around the world for free. Yeah, now this is just like a simple text to explain more about the app that the user going to use. So that's why I will not show in a bold form. I will simply change the color of this text, and will also change the font weight to W500, and will also decrease a font size up to 18, I guess. And now we can use a size box, and let's pass the size box height 30.0. Yeah, so here you can see the text connect people around the world for free. Now as there will be a Google authentication, or you can say we need to add some authentication over here in the chat app, because as we need to simply navigate a user, like which user are sending our details to a specific user. So we need to simply keep a track of the user details, like a Shivam is sending a message to Shyam. So for that we need to simply allow the user to authenticate in the app. Without a authentication we can't simply track a user details. Also authentication will simply secure your app, so that's why I will prefer to use a Google authentication. So here I will simply use a container and a width, and will simply use a media query dot of context dot size dot width. Yeah, now here I'm going to pass a decoration, a box decoration, now the color, and here I'm going to pass the color, which will be a customized color code. And let me see what the color code is. So here I'm going to use the color and we'll write 0xFF703EFF. Yeah, something like this. Now here in the container, now I'm going to simply pass a child, a row and a children. Now the reason for passing the row, as you have noticed that I have added a second image in the images folder, which is a Google logo, and here I'm going to use this logo and will write image.asset and will write images, and here I'm going to write search.png. Now I'm going to simply pass the height 50, a width 50 and a fit box fit dot cover, something like this. Now here you can see the image that we have used. Now I can simply pass the margin edge inset dot only. From the left let's pass 20.0 and from the right let's pass 20.0. So here it is, and I guess it is okay, or you can do up to 30. And yeah, now we can provide some padding so that we can see the image and the text clearly. Let's keep dot only. From the top let's pass 5.0, from the left let's pass 10.0, and from the bottom I guess 5.0 will be okay. It's okay, I guess. Yeah, now once we have done this thing, we can simply show the text over here, which will be a sign in with Google. So we'll copy the text widget and we'll simply paste it over here, and we'll rename it to sign in with Google. Yeah, now we'll write colors dot white and we'll write font weight dot bold. Then we can increase the font size up to 22, and now we can use a size box width and we'll write 20.0. Now we can simply provide a space between this text and the button by using a size box. So we'll copy the size box here again and we'll simply paste it over here. Now let's provide the border radius to this button. So we'll write border radius dot circular, and let's pass up to 30. Yeah, now it's okay, I guess. And if you want, you can simply center this by using main axis dot center, and rather than 30 let's pass 20 because 30 will be too much, I guess. Let's keep 30. From the left 30.0, let's pass the height 60 or 90, 70, I guess it's okay. Yeah, so here you can see the button sign in with Google. Now the user can simply tap to this button and simply can authenticate with the help of Google. Yeah. Now I have tried to pass a elevation. As you can see, the reason for passing an elevation, because the user can know that it look like a button, and the user can simply tap to the button and can directly authenticate in the help with the help of Google. Yeah. Now let's move to the home page, and in the pages folder I will simply create a new file name which will be home, and will simply write home.dart, and will again import the package by using material.dart, and here we'll write a stateful widget name which will be simply a home. Now here in the home page I will first write a scaffold, a body, container, child and a column. Now here you can see that in the images folder I have added a third image which is wave.png, and you can see that we can simply use this emoji. I can say this as emoji, and I will simply use this emoji in the home.dart to simply indicate a hello sign to our user who will simply authenticate in the app. Yeah, so here I will simply use a row children, but before that let me pass a background color to my complete screen. So here I will pass a background color to my scaffold widget and will copy the same color code that we have passed to our button, and will copy this color code and will simply paste it something over here. Yeah, now let's reload this page so that I can show you what all code I am writing here. And here you can see the page. Now first, as I told you, I will simply show the wave emoji. So I will use image.asset and will write images, and here first I am going to use wave.png, and we need to simply pass the height. Let's pass the height 90 and the width 90 and the fit boxfit.cover. Yeah, so here you can see the image, but it's look like we have provided a lots of height and width. So I will simply decrease the height and width up to 50 and 50, and now I can simply pass a margin so that I can see the image clearly. As insert dot only, from the top let's pass 40.0, and from the left let's pass 20.0. So here it is. Now here, once we have shown the emoji, I need to simply show the hello and the username. So here, to show the hello text, I will simply use the text widget. Now to use the text widget, I will simply move to the onboarding.dart file, and now I need to copy the text widget and will simply paste it over here. And now I will simply write the text hello, and here you can see the text. Now I can provide the space between this emoji and the text by using size box, and will pass size box with 10.0. Yeah, now we'll simply provide increase a font size up to 24. Now I want to simply show the username, so we'll copy the text widget here again, and now I will simply write a username. Now, as I am simply trying to make the UI first, then I will simply use a Firebase to add a complete backend on this app. So that's why I'm trying to keep a fixed name, and I will simply use my name over here. But once the user authenticate in the app with the help of Google, will simply show that username over here. Yeah, now here you can see hello Shivam, which is that username. Now here I want to simply show like welcome to and our app name, which is chat up. Yeah, so first I am going to show the welcome to and a chat up text. Then here I am going to add a profile icon so that the user can simply tap to this profile icon and can move to the profile page, where they can simply see all the details regarding there, and we can simply also allow the user to log out from the app. Yeah, now let's move, and here as I told you, first I'm going to show the welcome to text. So to show the text, I think so rather than writing the text first let's show the icon over here. So first I will simply create a container, now a decoration, a box decoration, and in the color I will pass the colors dot white, and here I am going to pass the icon which will simply indicate the profile. So I will simply use icons dot person. Yeah, now I need to use this same color that we have passed over here, something like this. Yeah, now I can use a spacer because I want a maximum space between this text widget and the container, rather than using a fixed width over here while passing a size box. As I will refer you to all, if you are making the app, try to make it as responsive as you can, so that when the app will be tested on the multiple devices, it can be act same how it have been shown in your emulator, right? So that's why I will simply use a spacer to make the app highly responsive, and here I will simply use the margin so that the icon won't stuck to the right side of the screen. And here I will use a size to increase my icon size, and let's increase the icon size up to 30, and we'll simply write a border radius, and we'll pass the border radius circular, and let's pass up to 10. So here you can see the icon. Now I can simply pass a padding edge inset.all, and let's pass the icon, and let's pass the padding up to 5. Yeah, now here you can see the icon. If you want, you can pass elevation to this container. It's your choice, but I think so it's okay. I don't need any elevation over here because it's already look like in elevated form. Yeah. Now here after a row widget, I will use a text widget. As I've told you, I will simply show the welcome to text and will simply paste it over here, and we'll write welcome to, and we'll remove text align.center from here, and we'll use cross to move the text something over here. So I will use cross axis alignment dot start, something like this. Now here I can use a size box so that I can provide a space. Yeah, now here we'll simply change a color of this text to white 54, or let's pass a different shade of an white color. I think so this is okay, I guess. If you want, you can change the color according to your choice. It's up to how you can make this app more attractive and engaging for the users to use. Yeah. Now here I will copy the text widget here again, and will copy and will simply paste it over here. And here I will simply write a app name which is chat up. Yeah. Now I will simply increase my height, or you can say font size of our app name, and here I will also provide the space 5.0, something like this. I guess it is okay. Yeah, 40 I guess is okay, and we can do like this. Yeah, so welcome to chat up. Yeah, now here I'm going to simply show the curve container, something like this. And here in the curve container, first I'm going to show the search bar. So in the search bar, the user can simply search for the specific username that they want to have a chat, and in the container I'm going to show all the chats that the user have done in the form of list view, right? Now to show that, I will simply create a container. We'll pass a with media query dot of context dot size dot width. Now as I told you, I will try to make this app highly responsive. So that's why I've used a media query, and media query will suggest a width to take as much space as the container can. Yeah. And here I will simply pass the height. Net Let's not pass the height, let's write a decoration, a box decoration, and we'll pass the color, and we'll pass colors dot white. Yeah. Now here I can use a child, and we'll simply write a column and a children and a text widget, so that I can simply show you the container first. Now here you can see that there is a space, but I don't want any space over here, so I will simply remove this margin from the container, and now I can simply provide a padding, or let's wrap up the row first with a padding widget, and we'll simply write dot only from the left, and we'll simply provide the padding from the left 20.0. We'll do same for the text name welcome to dot only from the left 20.0, and we'll do same for the our app name. Yeah, so here it is. Now we can provide a size box so that I can provide a space between this text, and if I'm going to provide a search bar over here. Now here you can see that once I provided the container over here with a white color, so this take a width according to the media query that we have passed, and it simply says the container to use a complete width of the screen, right? Now for the height we haven't passed anything. Now I also want that it simply says as much height that mobile device have. And for the height, I want that the containers should take as much height that the space has been left vertically, right? So you can see that this is the amount of space has been left, and I want this container to use this complete height of the screen that have been left. Now to handle this case in a responsive manner, because you will think that let's pass the height and we'll simply pass a number something like this, and until it won't fit the screen we'll keep on increasing the number. So this will not make the app highly responsive. As I've told you, when you will simply test the app in your multiple devices, you can face this error. So to handle this case, I will simply wrap up the container with a expanded widget, and here it simply take a height of the screen automatically how much height he can. Yeah, so these are all the things that I have simply taught in my Flutter beginner course. So I'm telling you again and again to simply follow that video, because that will simply clear your all the basic thing regarding the app responsiveness and how to use a widgets in the Flutter app. As I've told you, that video is completely free. You don't need to pay anything extra to watch that video. That will simply help you to know about a Flutter. Yeah, now let's move. And as I've told you, first I'm going to show the text field over here. So first, as I've told you that there will be a circular radius from a top left and a top right. So I will use a border radius, and in the border radius I will simply write border radius dot only, and I want to simply provide from top left. So we'll write top left circular radius 30, and from the top right radius circular 30, right? So here it is. Now here I can show the text field. Now to write a text field, first I need to write a container, and in the container we can simply use a text field so that we can simply provide a color and a design to our text field. Yeah, so we'll use a child and a text field, and here you can see the text field, but we'll write a decoration and a box decoration, and we need to simply pass a color to our text field so that I can see that text field clearly. So let me see the random color code, not a random color code. There is a color code that I will simply use on this text field so that I can simply see the text field clearly. Yeah. So this is the color code that I will simply use to show my text field. And now you can see the text field, but we need to also provide a size box so that I can simply provide the space from the top, and will use a size box height 30. Now I can simply provide a margin. So we'll write edge insert dot only, from the left 30.0 and from the right 30.0. 20 point, sorry, not margin. Yeah, so this is the main thing that I want to simply tell you, that I simply make a mistake by writing a margin over here, because a margin gives a space outside the container and padding gives a space inside a container. So I can't write a margin outside. Where it is margin? Yeah. Here is a margin. Yeah, so margin give a space outside the container, so I can't use a margin over here. I need to simply replace a margin with a padding so that I can simply provide a space from inside the container, right? I hope it is much clear between a difference of padding and a margin. Now here you can see that there is a line in the text field. Now I don't want this line in the text field, so I'll use a decoration, input decoration border, input border dot none. Yeah, now I can use a like icon over here. So to use the icon I will use a hint, not hint, why I'm telling it, prefix icon. I guess it is prefix icon, icons dot search. Yeah, so here you can see the search. Now here I can simply show the hint text so that the user can simply know that by tapping to this text field I can simply search a username. So I will just write a search username over here. Yeah, here it is. Now I can simply provide a border radius to this text field So I will move here and will simply write a border radius. Now we'll write border radius dot circular, and will simply pass a 10 over here. Now here on the text field, I can simply search any of the username like Shivam123 or like any of the specific username. Yeah. Now once we have shown the text field, now I can simply show all the chats that the user have done. So to show that chat, I need to simply create a container and will pass a with media query dot of context dot size dot width, and here I need to simply pass a decoration, a box decoration color, and we'll write colors dot white, something like this. Now we need to pass a child, a row, a children. Now in the children, first I want to simply show the user image through whom they are chatting, right? So through whom they are chatting, they can simply see the image over here. So I will try to make a chat feature something like bigger social media apps like an Instagram or Facebook. So you can see the user image over here. So let me paste some random user image in the images folder. So here I am simply going to use a random image of an user that I have simply pasted in the images folder. So I will use image.asset and will write an images, and here I will simply write boy.jpg. Now here I need to simply pass the height. Let it pass the height 50 with 50 and a box fit dot cover. Yeah. So here you can see the image. Now let's pass the space from the top. So again I will use a size box height 20.0. Yeah. Now let's not increase the size of an image, or I think so let's increase it so that it will look good. I guess it is too much. Maybe we can do up to 70, I guess. Yeah. Now here I need to simply provide a border radius to the image. So we'll use a clip react widget and we'll write border radius dot circular, and we'll simply pass 30, or let's pass 60. Yeah. Now once we have shown the image, I can simply write a user name, like which username image has been shown over here. Now to handle this, I will simply use a column widget first, and in the column widget I will simply use a text widget. Now in the text widget I need to simply copy the text widget and will simply paste it over here. So for an example, I will simply take some random username. Yeah. Now I need to change the color so that I can see the text. I need to decrease the font size, it is too much. Yeah. And let's make it W500 rather than bold, and let's do up to 18, I guess. We can provide a size box width up to 10.0, and we can move the text something over here, not like at the top, but we'll see that. Now let's show the last chat that the user has sent to this user whose name is Shyam, for an example. Yeah. Now we need to copy this text widget here again, and we'll simply paste it over here, and we'll simply remove this text, and here I'm going to write like hello, how are you doing. Now I need to simply change the color so that it look like it is a past message that have been sent. So we'll decrease up to like this. Yeah. Now we can use a cross so that I can bring the text over here, cross axis alignment dot start, something like this. Yeah. Here it's okay. Now once we have done like showing the user image, his name, the last text Shivam has sent to Shyam, for an example, and now I want to simply show the time, at like which time that the user has sent the message to this user. Yeah. Now to do that, I need to simply do one thing. Let me show you what it is. We'll simply copy the text widget here again, and we'll simply paste it over here, and here I'm going to simply write 2, and we'll write PM 2 PM. Yeah, there is a problem, so let's solve this first. Yeah, so here you can see that I have simply removed this text like how are you doing, and I just keep like hello how are you, but I will simply handle the like if the long text has been sent by the user, then how to simply fit it over here. So when we'll simply add the backend, then I will show you how to simply the long text here. Yeah, now as I've told you that we are just making a UI, that's why I'm trying to keep it simple. And now here you can see that I've used a cross axis alignment dot start to simply bring the time over here. Now once we have done all this thing, I need to simply bring this text in the center. So we'll use main axis alignment dot center to simply center this. For that I need to remove this, I guess. No, center will won't work over here because the reason is we have used a cross, and for the cross we have in the row we have used a column widget, and we have simply passed cross axis alignment dot start. So for that I need to use a size box, and for the size box I can simply pass 5.0, something like this. Now I can simply bring the text here on the center. Now I can move the time over here by using a spacer. Yeah, here it is. Now if you want, you can simply change in a bold form like this. Now you can see the time over here. Now once you have done all this thing, I need to simply provide a border to this container so that the more user text just below this won't like get confused for the users to see. Yeah, so here I will simply wrap up the container with a material widget and will provide the elevation 3.0. Yeah, now you can see the elevation, but we need to also provide a padding edge inset dot all. Let's pass 5, I guess, or let's pass 10. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Now we can simply pass a border radius. So here I will pass a border radius dot circular, and will simply pass 10, and we'll copy this border radius here again and will simply pass it over here. So here you can see the container, or you can see a first chat that we have simply shown in the UI. Now we can simply add some more text over here to show the UI, but rather than doing all this, now let's move and we'll simply create some more pages in our chat up app, which is a chat page. So in the chat page, we'll simply allow the user to have a direct chat with that specific user they want to. So we'll simply move to the pages folder and we'll simply create a new file name, which will be a chat page dot. And first I'm going to import the package by using material.dart, and will write a stateful widget name which will be a simply a chat page, something like this. Now here again we are going to write a scaffold, a body, container, child, and a column. Yeah, now once we have shown all this thing, first at the top in the chat page I want to simply show the username that I'm having a chat, right? So that the user can simply know like with whom they are having a chat. So to handle that case, I need to simply first I will pass a background color to my screen. So I will use the same color that we have passed in our home.dart file. And now here first, I'm going to show the text like as I've told you, and a back button. So we need to use a row widget, and the row widget will copy some of the text widget from here and will simply paste it over here, and in the text widget will write I will write my name for an example, and let me show you what all text I'm writing or code we are writing in the chat page. So we'll switch to the chat page now. Now here I need to bring the text up to here so that I can see the text clearly rather than behind the phone screen. So here I need to do one thing. I need to pass in margin edge inset dot only from the top. Let's pass 40.0 and let's do one thing. First, I need to also show the icon over here. So we'll write icons dot arrow back new rounded. Yeah. Now we need to simply pass the color, which will be a colors dot white. Now I need to also provide a padding to this row widget. So we'll wrap up with a padding widget and we'll write dot only from the left and we'll pass left 20.0. Yeah. Now I need to bring the text something over here. I'm in the center. So here I will use a size box with media query dot of context dot size dot width, and here we'll write divide by 3, I guess, or 4 or 4.5. Yeah, something like this. I think so it is okay. Now we can simply show the name. If you want, you can increase a font size up to 26. Now when the user will tap to this back arrow, he need to move to the back to the home page. So to execute that, I need to simply wrap up the icon with a gesture detector, and in the onTap method I will simply write navigator dot pop context. Yeah. Now here I need to show the container over here, something like this, so that we can show all the chats, and here a text field with an option. As I have told you, we are also going to use a voice note, option to send an image, option to send an emoji, and a option to send a text message, right? Now we need to write a container over here. Now to show the same rounded structure, I will copy the container that we have provided over here. So we'll copy the expanded widget and this thing, and we'll simply paste it over here. Now we can use brackets that we need, and we can use the bracket that we need, and we'll pass a size box height 30.0. Yeah, so here it is done. Now we can use a column widget in our container. Now that message that have been sent by me will be simply shown over here on the right side, and the message have been sent by a user with whom I am having a chat. The message will be seen over here. This will simply help the user to know like what all message they are getting from the other user, right? Now here I will simply use a row and a children. Now in the decoration, sorry, why I'm writing decoration, we need to write a container, and we need to write a decoration first, a box decoration, a color, and in the color we'll simply write colors dot blue. I guess blue will be okay. We can copy the text widget here again, and we'll pass in the child, and here I need to write a text, hey, how are you? Yeah, so here you can see the text, but we don't need any padding here, and I will do some more thing here. What it will be, we need to provide a size box first with, let's pass, sorry, why I'm providing with height, sorry, not with height 50.0 for now, and we can provide a padding set dot all, let's pass 10, and here need to decrease a font size up to 20. Yeah, so here it is, and this is the text sent by the different user, and we need to provide some padding, like we need a padding over here, padding and insert dot only from the left, and let's pass 10.0. Now we need to provide a border radius. So for the border radius I need to simply write border radius. I have already provided border radius over here. we need to provide a border radius over here. Now the reason for passing a border radius to this container is because as it indicates that the message has been sent by the other user, so that's why I will simply show like the border from the top left, top right and bottom right, not from the bottom left. Yeah, so for that I need to simply write a border radius dot only from the top left will pass radius dot circular, and we can simply keep 30, and from the top right we can pass radius dot circular 30, and from the bottom right radius circular and 30. So here it is, and here you can see how we can see the message. And if you want, you can give some more padding. It's up to your choice, like how you want to show all this thing. Yeah, now once you have done this thing, now we need to also show the message that have been sent by me or that user. So to handle that, I need to do one thing. I'm going to show the message that have been sent by me as an user. So to show that message, I need to simply use a row widget, and we need to simply push that container to the right side of the screen, something over here. And we need to also change the color of the text to indicate that the message has been sent by me, right? Now we need to copy this row widget here again, and we'll simply paste it over here. Now we need to simply change the color of this container to black, and let's keep the shade of an black up to 45, I guess. Now here we need to only provide a border radius from top left, top right, bottom left. So we don't need to provide a radius from bottom right. So I will change the bottom right to bottom left here, something like this. Now I need to push the container something over here. For that, first I need to use a size box so that I can provide the height, and will simply provide the height 10.0. And here now I will use a main axis alignment dot end. Yeah, so we'll write main axis alignment dot end. And now I can also provide a margin so that it won't get stuck to the right side of the screen. So I will write margin edge inset dot only from the right 20.0. Yeah, something like this. Now here I will simply change a text, and here I will simply pass this. Yeah, so this is the reply that the user get from me. Yeah, now here I have shown the message that have been sent by the another user and the message sent by me. Now here we need to simply show the text field and all the options that will simply help me to chat with other user. So here first I'm going to create a container. In the container, first I'm going to pass a child and a row and a children. Now in the row I need to use an icon. So first, as I have told you, we are going to use a audio recording too. So in this audio recording, first I'm going to show an option of a mic. So to show that option, I need to simply create a container first, and here I need to use a decoration. Sorry, yeah, decoration, a box decoration, sorry, decoration, a box decoration. Now the color, I'm going to use the same color that we have passed above. So we need to copy this color code, and we'll simply pass this color code something over here. Yeah, now here in the child I need to simply pass an icon. So I will write child icon, and we'll write icons dot mic, and let's pass the color to this mic, which will be simply colors dot white. Yeah, something like this. Now here you can see the thing that we have passed, but let me create first, then I will simply push the text field to the bottom of the screen. Yeah, so we'll use a size box height 20.0. Now we can also increase a size of a mic up to 30.0, I guess, and we can also provide a padding edge inset dot all, and let's pass up to 5. Yeah, now we can also provide a border radius. So we'll write border radius dot circular, and let's pass 60 so that I can provide a complete circular container over here. I think so 35 will be okay. Yeah, here it is. Now here I need to simply show the text field where the user can write a text that he want to send. Now to write a text field, I need to simply create a text field first. And in the text field, I need to simply wrap up with a container here again. And in the container, I need to simply pass a decoration, a box decoration. Now I'm going to pass a custom color code for the text field. Yeah, so this is the color code that I widely used on the text field. Now let me show the text field first, but you can see that we'll simply get an error while passing the text field over here. Yeah, so where it is, here it is. Here, as I've told you, that will simply get an error which is a render box error. So the render box error will simply says that I don't have enough space to show all this thing in a row widget. So tell me how much space I should use to show a text field. So that's why we need to simply tell a text field to how much space he should use. So we can simply do that by using an expanded widget. So you can wrap up the container with an expanded widget, something like this. Now here you can see the text field. Now in the text field, first I need to simply pass a width. So we'll use a size box and we'll pass a size box width, and we'll pass size box width up to 20.0, something like this. Now here you can see that there is a line. Now you can simply remove this line by using decoration, input decoration, border, input border dot none. Yeah, so now you can see that that line has been simply removed from this text field. Now here I can do one more thing, like first let me provide some more like border radius to this text field too. So here I will simply pass a border radius dot circular, and will simply pass up to 10. Yeah, now rather than providing a width, we'll simply provide up to 10. And here we can simply pass a hint text. So for the hint text, I will simply pass hint text over here, not over here, here, hint text. And let's pass the hint text up to, like, we can write not search, sorry, why I'm writing a search. Let's write a message, write a message. Yeah, so this is a hint that we can simply pass over here. We can simply pass a padding. So we'll write edge insert dot only from the left 10.0. Yeah, so here it is, and the user can simply write a message over here that he want to simply send. Yeah, so here it is done. Now once we have done all this thing, I want to simply show the send button over here, so that the user can simply click to this send button and can send a message. Now to handle this case, I need to simply create one more container. So why to write the thing again and again? So I will simply copy this container and will simply paste it over here, and will simply change the icon to an message, not a message. Let's pass send over here. Yeah, so this is the icon that I'm going to use. Let's decrease a size up to 30, and we can simply increase a padding up to 10. Yeah, I think so it is okay. Yeah, now we need to also provide a size box so that there will be enough space. We'll be providing 10.0, something like this, and we can also provide a space after this icon that we have passed. Yeah, so now you can see that the user can simply write a text and can send to the respective user. They can simply use a mic to simply record their audio, and they can send. Now as I've told you, in this series I will also teach you how to simply send a image to that respective user. So we need to also provide an option to send an image, not image. Yes, yeah, image. Now for that I need to use a prefix icon. Now the prefix icon, not a prefix icon, I think so it will be a suffix icon, because we need to provide at the end of this text field. Now I can write an icon, and will write icons dot, and I think so that is attach file, I guess. Yeah, so this is the icon that we can simply use to pick a image from our phone gallery and send to that respective user. Now let's bring all this thing at the bottom of the screen. So for now, as I am making just a UI in this part, but in our coming part, as I am going to connect a complete backend for this message app, then I will show you how to simply make this complete screen by using a stack widget, because we need to use a stack widget over here to show all this thing. Yeah, so here I need to simply move here and will simply use media query dot of context dot size dot height divided by 2, 1.8 or 1.5. 1.5 will be too much, 1.6 will be okay, I guess. Yeah, now I can simply write a message over here and can also send it. Yeah, so these are all the things that we have simply done to create our message app. I think so 1.6 is okay. Yeah, so we have simply made some of the screens for our chat app or chat up app to simply keep going and send a DM to that respective users. Yeah, so we have created an onboarding page where the user can simply sign in with Google, and we have created a home page where at the home page the user can simply search for the respective username they want to have a chat, and in the home screen they can see all the recent chats that they have done and a profile icon. So when they will tap to this profile icon, they will simply move to the profile page. I will show you how to simply create a profile page, and when the user will tap to the respective text, they will not a text, a container through which they have a chat, a user ID through which they have a chat, they will simply move to the chat page. So these were all the things that we have simply made for our chat up app. Yeah, now first I'm going to connect our app with an Firebase for both iOS and Android, and I will also teach you how to simply upload a data to the Firestore database. So for that I need to simply create a project in a Firebase first. So let's move to the Firebase account, and here you can see that I have simply moved to my Firebase account, and here you can simply enter your project name. So I will simply write my project name, which is chat up, and here I will simply click on continue button, continue again. Now I will simply select a default account for Firebase and click on create project. So as you can see that Firebase is preparing our project, so wait for a few seconds until it is done. Yeah, so here it is done and our project is ready. Now click on continue button and we'll directly move to the Firebase, and here you can see that I can simply connect iOS, Android and web app with a Firebase. So first I will teach you how to connect a iOS app, then I will move to Android app. So first let's move to the iOS, and here you can see that we need a Apple bundle ID. So we need to go to the iOS and we'll simply open a Xcode from here, and we'll move to the runner, and in the signing and capabilities we need to copy this bundle identifier from here and we'll simply paste it over here. Now click on register app and download this Google service info.plist file from here, and we'll simply paste it in below the info. Yeah, so we need to simply remove an older file if we have, then we'll simply rename our file and we'll simply paste it below the info. Yeah, now click on finish and here it is done. Now click on next, 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 continue to console. Yeah, so we here you can see that I have simply added an iOS app. Now let's move with an Android app. So in the Android app we need a Android package name. Now to get an Android package name, let's close this Xcode first and this one too. Now move to the Android app build.gradle. Now copy this package which is com example.chat app, and here we'll simply paste this. Now click on register app and download google-services.json file from here, and we'll simply get a file. Now we'll also remove the older file if we have, and we'll simply rename the file something like this, and we'll need to simply paste it on the Android app folder. Yeah, now click on next, and we need to copy this ID and move to the Android build.gradle file, and we need to simply paste it in the class path, and we'll simply paste that link over here, not a link, you can say as a package, and we need to simply change some of the lines in the class path, something like this. Yeah, so here it is done, and this is how we can simply add this class path in our dependencies section. Yeah, now after this we'll simply move to the plugin, and we need to copy this plugin, and we need to simply paste in Android app build.gradle file, something over where, here in apply plugin section, and we'll simply paste it over here. Yeah, something like this. Now we need to copy this to implementations that we simply need to implement a Firebase in our Android app. Now here, once we have done all this thing, click on next, continue to console. Yeah, so here you can see that we have successfully added a iOS and Android app here. Now let's move, and we are going to add some of the packages from the Pub.dev, because that packages will simply help us to connect a Firebase with our Flutter app, right? So let's move to the Pub.dev, and here you can see that we need to add some of the packages from the Pub.dev. So I will simply copy some of the packages, like we'll copy like Cloud Firestore, which will be the first package, and this package will simply help us to upload the data to the Firestore database. So move to the installing, copy the package from here, and we need to simply paste it in the pub.xml file, something like over here. Now let's move to our second package, which is Firebase Core. Now Firebase Core package will help us to simply connect our Flutter app with a Firebase to get all the core features in our app. Yeah, so that's why this package is being used, and we'll simply paste it in the pub.xml file. So now let's add our third package, will be a Firebase storage. Now the Firebase storage will simply help us to handle a storage that Firebase provides by using a Firebase storage package. Now we need to copy this package, and we'll simply paste it over here. Now let's move to our fourth package, which is Cloud Firestore. I think so Cloud Firestore is done. Yeah, now we need to add image picker. Now the image picker will help us to simply pick a data from our phone gallery, and we can simply use that image to upload in a Firebase storage. Yeah, so our fourth package is image picker. Now our fifth package, I think so we need a random string. I will tell you the use of random string, like where we are going to use a random string. Like if you have followed my old series, then you already know the use of random string, but if not, then I will simply tell you how to use a random string in a Firebase, right? Now copy this package, and we'll simply paste it over here. Now remove all this package versions from the package you have added, because this will simply help you to, like if you are using a old version of Flutter, then this packages will take the version accordingly and help you to simply add the features in the app, right? Now let's move to the leaf folder, and in the pages onboarding.dart, and here first thing I'm going to add is a Google authentication. Now to add a Google authentication, we need to move to the Firebase first, but before moving to the Firebase, I need to add a 2 lines in our main.dart file to simply enable a Firebase in our app. So let's move to the main.dart file, and here we need to simply write async widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized, and we need to write await Firebase dot initialize app. So these are the 2 important lines. Please do not forget to add these 2 lines over in the void main function, because then you can't simply add a Firebase in your app. right? Now let's move to the home.dart here back again. Sorry, not home.dart. We'll move to the onboarding.dart file, and here in the onboarding.dart file, I will simply add a sign in with Google authentication, which is a Google authentication. So for that, we need to enable the Google authentication from a Firebase. So let's move to the Firebase first, and we'll simply move to the authentication. And in the authentication, let's first click on get started button. Now move to the Google authentication and click on enable button. Use any default email account and click on save. So this will simply enable a Google authentication in your app. Now here comes one main thing. So as you can see that when you simply enable a Google authentication from a Firebase, then you need to do some of the changes in both iOS and Android. So for the iOS, you need to simply download Google Service Dash info.plist again, because there will be some changes on this file, and that changes is very necessary to be add on the Xcode. So let's move to the Xcode first. But before that, if you have the old file, then you simply remove that and rename the file here again. Something like this. Now we'll simply minimize this and we'll simply open a Xcode from here, because we need to add this new file in the Xcode again. Yeah, so here you can see that we have simply open a Xcode. Now let's move and we'll simply shift the file, but before that, remove the older file that you have. So I will simply delete this file from here and we'll move to trash. And now I'm going to simply get that file. So where that file is, yeah, here it is. So I will simply paste it over here below the info again and click on finish, and here it is done. So once you have done all this thing, now let's move to the Google Service Dash info file, and here you can see a reverse client ID. Now you need to copy this reverse client ID from here, then move to the runner, signing and capabilities. Not, we need to go to the info, and in the info you will see the URL types. Move to the URL types, click on this plus button and simply paste that link over in the URL schemes. Now iOS are simply ready to handle a Google authentication. But now let's move for the Android. So for the Android, you can see that it simply says that you need to add SHA1 fingerprint. Now there is a link, two different link I will say for the Windows and the iOS. So I will simply show you the two links that you can simply run in the terminal file, and through the terminal you can simply get a SHA1 fingerprint, and that fingerprint you can simply add in the project overview. You will go, so here you can see the Android. Now here you will go down and here you can see that it simply says that add fingerprint. Now click on this button and you can simply paste the SHA1 fingerprint over here. Now I will not show you what SHA1 fingerprint I have, because I will also recommend you that to do not share this fingerprint with anyone, because as it name says fingerprint, so it is a very unique ID, and the hackers, or you can say anyone, can simply get the access of your device. So do not share SHA1 fingerprint with anyone. So that is a unique fingerprint. So that's why I won't show you how to simply get SHA1 fingerprint. I will show you the link from which command you can simply get that SHA1 fingerprint, right? So when you will move to a Stack Overflow website, so here you can see that it simply explain how to get a SHA1 fingerprint by using this command. So you can simply use this command and can get a SHA1 fingerprint. Now I will recommend you to use a Stack Overflow website, because this is a best website to simply found any errors if you are getting while developing an app or anything related to a Flutter, right? Now let's close this, and now let's move back to the app. Move, and we'll simply add a complete backend for our Google authentication. So for that, I will simply move to the leaf folder and will simply create a new folder name services, and inside the services folder I will simply create a new file which will be auth.dart. Yeah. Now on this file, first I am going to simply write a class name which is auth methods, and in the auth methods I will do one thing. I will simply write final, and here I will use a Firebase authentication. Now the Firebase authentication, we haven't, I think so, added a Firebase auth package to enable authentication in our Flutter app. So let's move to the Pub.dev back again because we need to add a Firebase authentication from there. So we here simply search Firebase auth, yeah, and we need to copy this package and we'll simply paste it over here. Where? Over here in the perspec.ml file. Now remove this version from here to simply run this package. Now once you have done all this thing, here I am going to simply write Firebase auth, and we'll write auth is equals to Firebase auth dot instance. Yeah. So this is how we can simply add a authentication. This is just a command to simply add a authentication in this auth method class. And now I am going to simply use a function name which is get current user. Now the get current user function is very helpful because it will simply check that if the specific user have authenticated in the app or not. So that's why we need this function which is get current user, and we'll write auth dot current user. Yep. Now once you have simply wrote this function, now come our main thing, which is a function to write whose name will be sign in with Google, and this function we are simply going to call in our button so that we can simply enable a Google authentication in our app. Now I am going to simply copy the sign in with Google code and will simply paste it over here, and I will show you what all things we are going to upload to the Fire database. I will just try to copy the code for the Google authentication because as I have told you many times, like you don't need to simply remind that code, and I have used a Google authentication many times in my series before. Simply paste a code for sign in with Google as you can see here. Now here you can see that there is a red underline because we have didn't added Google sign in package. So let's move to the Pub.dev and we'll simply add one more package which is Google sign in. So you can simply also write, I think so it will be a sign in with Google. No, it will be a Google signing. So this is the package that we are going to use. Now copy this package again here and we'll simply paste it in the perspec.ml file. Now simply run this file here again. Now here it is done. Now let's call this here, and here it is gone, and call this too. Yeah, so this is a code we have simply written for a Google authentication. Now let's move, and here I am going to simply write a data that we want to simply upload to the Firestore database. Now here I will use a map to simply upload a data which is a string dynamic, and you already know the use of map, like how and like what is map and how we can simply use a map. If not, I will again suggest you to simply follow a Flutter beginners course that I have simply made for you all. Yeah. Now here I have written a map and will write a map name which is user info map. Yeah. Now after this, I need to simply pass a name which will be a my name, and I will simply write a name like this, like user details dot, and will pass a display name, something like this. Now we can use a exclamation mark, or you can say a null check over here. And next I need to get a user email, so we'll write user details dot, and we'll write an email to simply get a email, user details dot email, something like this. Now next I need to get a user image, so we'll write user details again dot and we'll write photo URL to get his image. Now I need to also upload a ID, because as I'm going to provide a unique ID to each user, so that I can simply track a user in the Firestore and can send the message to that respective user. So we are going to provide a unique ID to the each user to send the respective message to that user. For an example, if Shyam want to send a message to Divya, if we didn't keep a unique ID over here, so we can't track the user. Now if the Shyam want to send a message to Divya, and for an example, if we don't keep a unique ID, then the app will simply get confused and the message that have been sent by a Shyam to Divya will be sent to a Shruti. So that will be a big problem for us, Shyam. So we don't want our users who are using the app to be in a problem. So let's make the app by providing the unique ID to the each user, right? So we'll write user details dot UID, and this will simply provide a unique ID to the respective user. Now once we have written all this thing, now this is not fixed. When we'll move forward in the app, we are going to add some more things over here, like we need to also add a username and all, but don't need to worry. For now I am keeping this as it is, but later as we move to this series, then I will show you what all things we are going to upload over here. Now let's move and we'll simply create a function to upload a data to the Firestore database. Now here I will move to the services folder and will simply create a new file name, which will be a database.dart. Now in this database.dart file, first I'm going to write a class name, which is a database methods. Yeah. Now in this database methods, I'm going to first write a future, and here I'm going to simply pass my function name, which is add user. Yeah. And here first I'm going to pass a map, a string dynamic, and we'll simply keep user info map, which is our map name, and we are also going to provide the ID, which is a unique ID that I have shown you now. And here we'll simply write return await Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection, and will simply pass the collection name, which will be the users. Will pass a specific doc ID, which is ID, and will use a set method, and in the set method will simply pass user info map. So this is how we can simply upload our data to the Firestore database. Now let's call this function in auth.dart, and here I will simply write await database methods dot add user, and we'll write user info map, and to pass the unique ID I will simply use user details dot UID. Yeah, something like this. Now we'll use dot then. Now once the data has been successfully uploaded to the Firestore, then we need to simply show the toast message that will simply indicate the user that they have registered successfully, right? So to show that toast message, we are going to use a scaffold messenger. So we'll write a scaffold messenger dot of context dot, and we'll write a show snack bar, and we are going to simply show the snack bar below. So we'll use a snack bar over here, and in the snack bar we need to write a content. For the content we'll use a text widget, and in the text widget I will simply pass a text which will be a registered. I hope that spelling is correct, registered successfully. So I will write successfully. Yeah, so this is the text we are simply going to show. Now here first I need to simply pass a style, so that I can pass a text style to my text that I've used. So let's pass color, which will be simply colors.black. Font size, let's increase the font size up to 22.0, and font weight will be simply a bold. So that's why I'm using a style over here, something like this. Now here I can use a background color also, so we'll use background color, and as this is a green signal, I think so if you have followed my old series, then you also know that the reason why I'm seeing green signal and a red signal. So it is a positive sign. So that's why green signal, and that's why I'm using colors dot green over here. Yeah. So we have written all the thing that we need to simply execute our authentication with the help of Google. Now let's move to the onboarding.dart file back here again. And in the container where we have root, we'll simply first wrap up with a gesture detector. And in the onTap method, I will simply first write my class name, which is auth methods dot, and we'll write our function name, which is sign in with Google. Yeah. So this is just a single line thing, and by using a different class we have used a Google authentication. So this is also a state management, but I keep on saying that what is this state management you have used, etc. So this is also a state management by using a class widget. So by using the class you can also manage a state of Google authentication, and you can see that by just passing a one line over here I can simply add a Google authentication. So this is also a state management, right? Now let's test all the things that I have simply written over here. So I need to simply run the app first, and then I will show you how the Google authentication going to work in my emulator. I have rerun the app successfully. Now before I will test a Google authentication, as you know that we are going to upload a data to the Firestore database, so we need to simply enable a Firestore database from Firebase. So let's move to the Firebase first, and here we'll simply move to the Firestore database, and in the Firestore database I will simply, so it's loading, so wait for a few seconds. Yeah, so now click on create database button and click on next. Click on create button, and it will simply Cloud Firestore will set up your security rules, and in the rules we need to simply change from false to true. Yeah, so move to the rules and we'll simply change from now false to true, and here we'll change false to true and we'll click on publish button. Yeah, so do not forget to change these security rules from here, otherwise it will simply, you can't upload the data to the Firestore database. Now once you have done all this thing, let's move to the our auth.dart file. Now I'm telling auth.dart file because as I've told you that we are going to make some of the changes in the user info map. So let me do that changes over here. Otherwise we need to simply again use authentication and all the things that will simply complex all the process. Yeah. So here first I want to simply show the username. Now what is an username in this chat app? So in this username, like, we are going to provide a unique username to the each user. Now the reason behind this, so as you know that if you have used Instagram, I know that almost all of them have used a Instagram or they have an Instagram ID. Every user have their own unique username, and when we search that unique username in the search bar we get that specific user ID. So that same feature I'm going to implement on this chat app. So let's create a unique username for the each user. So for that I need to simply create here a string which will be the username, and we are going to simply get a username. So for an example, if my email ID is shivam22ckp@gmail.com, so I will simply remove @gmail.com from there, and shivam22ckp will be my like a unique username. Yeah, so this is how the unique username works. So I will write string username is equals to, and here I will simply write like user details dot uid, and in the uid, not sorry uid, in a mail I need to use users details dot email over here, and will simply replace. So we need to use a replace all function, and here the replace all function will simply tell what to replace and through which to replace. Yeah, so this is how the replace all function work. Yeah, I hope it is much clear. So it simply says that pass a null check over here. Now we need to simply write that I need to make @gmail.com to space, and we need to just replace it with a space. Now we'll simply get a unique username over here. So this is how our unique username going to work. Now here I will write a username and will simply pass that username. Yeah, so we'll write a username and we'll simply pass that username. I will simply change my username to uppercase. Now you will ask that why. So I will tell you the reason why we have simply do that. Yeah, now we need to pass a search key. A search key will now help us to simply get a first letter of the our username. Now I am using the search key is because this search key will simply help us to search a specific username in a search bar. Now if you have followed my some of the old series like event booking app, food delivery apps, or I think so recipe app, in most of the app we have used a search bar, and you already know that if you have followed the use of search key. But if not, then I'm simply going to tell you later. Yeah, so now I'm going to get my first letter, so I will simply write a string first letter is equals to, and here first I'm going to get a username dot substring, sorry, a substring. Now the substring will simply give me the string from how much I need to cut that string. So I will start from 0 because I need just first letter of that string, and I just need a first letter from, so I will write 0 to 1, and I need on uppercase, so we'll write dot to uppercase. Yeah, now we need to simply pass that first letter over here, something like this. So this is how we can pass a username and a search key, and these are the two most important things that we need. Now here comes one more thing that we need to add is a shared preference. Now shared preference is something that will simply help us to save the data locally. Yeah, now here in locally we are going to save a name, email, the user picture, his username, so that we can use that thing again and again rather than calling our details from a server. Yeah, so let's move to the Pub.dev because we need to copy a package name shared pref, shared preference, you can say that. Yeah, so we'll move to the Pub.dev, and here I will simply write shared preference, shared preference. I hope that spelling will be correct. CE will be, yeah. So here you can see the shared preferences package. Now move to the installing and copy this package, and we'll simply paste it in the perspec.ml file. Now here we need to simply create one file in the shared services folder, which is shared pref, and here I'm going to save the all the commands through which I can handle a shared preference. Now I won't take lots of time by showing you all the code for the shared preference because I use a shared preference in all of my series. So you already know that how to use a shared preference. So I won't write a complete code for that. Yeah. So let me write the code. So here I have created one class name which is shared preference helper, and in this class I am going to save all the data regarding a shared preference, right? You can see that I have written a complete code for the shared preference. Now here I am telling that if you want to simply pause a video and write a code, you can do that. But if you want to simply get a code, I will simply provide a code link in the description box, so you can simply get a code from there. Now here I have simply tried to save a user ID, his name, email, image, and his username. So these are the some data that I will simply save them locally. Now we'll simply call all the thing over here so that I can simply save them all. So I will simply write await shared preference helper dot save, and first I'm going to simply save the user display name. So we'll use user details dot name, display name. Yeah, so this how we can simply save the user display name, or you can say a real name. Now once we have saved the username, we need to simply save his image and all the things that I've simply tell you now. So we'll simply save his email. So let me write all the code regarding that. Yeah, so I have written all the code where we can simply save our data locally. Now we can simply test our app, but before testing the app, I will recommend you to please close the emulator and all and simply rerun the app, complete app again, because we have added some of the packages just now. So it will simply help you to, not me to, help you to save all the data locally and in the Firestore database. Yeah, successfully. Now we can simply test a Google authentication. So here I will simply press to this sign in with Google button, and here click on continue button, and now I'll simply choose my one of my Google account to simply sign up in the app. Now you can see the message register successfully, and we have successfully registered in the app. So let's move to the Firebase and we'll simply check what all data has been uploaded to the Firestore database. And here we'll simply refresh this page. And you can see a user's collection with a specific document ID, the email that I have used to simply sign up, the unique ID of an user, the image, yeah, the name, you can see my name, the search key, as I've told you, telling you that we'll simply get a first letter which is S, and the username. So this is a simply a username. So if anyone want to have a chat with me, they can simply search this username and can have a direct chat with me. Yeah, so this were all the main things. Now once we have registered successfully, I want to simply push the user to the home page. Now to do that, I need to simply use a navigator function to simply push the user, and we'll use navigator dot push material page route context, and here I will push the user to the home page. Here back again. Yeah, you can use a push replacement rather than a push. So you can simply bring a home page in place of onboarding page, and now the user can't go back to the app. Yeah, so that's why you can use a push replacement rather than a push. So these are the thing we need to simply add a Google authentication in the app. So if you haven't hit that like button till now, then what you are waiting for? So hit that like button and show your support. And as I'm noticing that while 80% of you are loving our videos but haven't hit that subscribe button yet, so show your support by hitting that subscribe button, and let's be a part of this awesome Flutter family. So show your support. I know that you have definitely hit that subscribe button. Now let's move, add all the things that we need to simply have a direct chat with any of the users. I have shown you how to save a data locally. Now I will simply use that data that we have simply saved in a shared preference. So for that I need to simply create a string over here, and in the from the shared preference I will simply get the username, the profile pic, his display name, and his email. Yeah, so first I am going to create a backend for our chat page. Like I will simply show you how one user can simply send a message to the another user. So to handle that case, I need to simply get my all the data from the shared preference that we have simply saved the data locally. Now here I'm going to write a string, and now I'm going to write my username. Now here I'm going to write my name and my email. Yeah, so once you have written all this thing, my username, my name, my email, now let's call all the thing from the shared preference. Now I'll simply show you how to get all the data from the shared preference. So here I'll simply create a one function name which will be get the shared pref. Yeah, now one by one we are simply going to get a data that we have saved in our system, or you can say in the app locally. So here I will use my username to first get my username is equals to, and here I will write await shared preference helper dot get display name, and I will do same for my name, sorry, not display name. I need to get a username, so I will simply call dot get username rather than a display name, because we are simply saving that in a my username string. Yeah, now I'll simply use my name, and now I'm going to call all the things that we simply need over here. And we need also a profile pic of my, so I will write profile. Rather than profile, we can just write like a picture, and we can simply write like my picture, and we can just write my picture over here, and we can simply get it from the shared preference. So we'll again use a shared preference helper dot get my picture, which is get user image. Yeah, so we have called all the things that we need to simply get over here, and we'll simply use a set state. Now in the init state I will simply call the get the shared pref. So as you know that when the app simply launch, a init state is the first function that simply call. Yeah, so that's why I've simply passed get the shared pref over here, something like this. Yeah, so once you have done all this thing, now let's move forward, and here I'm going to simply create one unique ID. Now you will tell that you have simply created a unique ID before for each user, right? But I want to simply provide a unique chat room ID. Now, what is a chat room ID? So, for an example, if there is a conversation that's simply going between a Shyam and Shivam, yeah, so there is some space they need like a chat room where they can simply have a private chats, yeah, between a Shyam and a Shivam, and that chat can't be seen by any of the users. So that will be a specific chat room ID that I'm going to provide. So this will help like when the Shyam want to simply talk to Shivam, they will simply use that chat room ID to go to that chat room and can send the message to Shivam. Yeah, so this is how we need to simply create a unique chat room ID for the each users who are simply talking one to one. Yeah, so here I need to write get chat room, and here I will simply use ID by user name. Yeah, now here I'm going to pass a string a and b, and in this string a and b I'm going to simply pass my username and the username through which I am talking, the username, you can say that. Yeah, now once we have done all this thing, we need to write if a dot substring will start from 0 021. So this is how I will simply create a unique chat room ID. So this is a process to create that. Yeah. Now we'll write code unit at index and will simply pass 0 is greater than b dot substring and will pass from 0 to 1 is dot code unit at 0, sorry, 0 not o, and will simply return like dollar sign $b, some symbol like this, and again a dollar sign to get a value. So this is how we can simply create a chat room by using a two username of an user. So I will show you how this chat room ID will look alike. Yeah. Something like this. Yeah, so here I have simply wrote a function which is get chatroom ID by user name. Now I need to simply get all the chatroom ID here, so I will write chat room ID. So for that I need to simply create a string which will be a chat room ID, something like this, and here I will write chatroom ID is equals to get chatroom ID by username, and as I've told you I will simply pass my username and the username whom from which user I'm talking. So for my username I will simply pass my username. Now the user through which I'm having a chat will simply get it from a string, like where the user will tap all the chats that they can see on the home page, like they simply, like I'm Shivam and I simply tap to the chat like I had with Shyam. Now when I'll tap to Shyam, then I will simply move to the chat page and I need to simply get a Shyam username, right? Now first I need to simply get his name, his profile URL, and you can say we need to also get his username. Yeah, now we need to write a chat page and let's call all this thing one by one, which is name, his profile URL, and his username, something like this. And let's call all this thing. Yeah, so once you have passed this, now we can simply pass the username like as I've told you, and we'll simply write widget.username, something like this. Now once we have get a chatroom ID, like a unique chatroom ID, now we simply move to the chat page, and once we have moved to the chat page, I want to simply execute a function so that I can have a direct chat, right? Now here you can see that we have added a text field to send a message to that user, right? Now in the text field, to handle a text, we simply enter here we need a text editing controller. So text editing controller will simply add over here, which will be a message controller is equals to new text editing controller, something like this. And we can simply call a message controller over here. So I'll simply write a controller and a message controller here. Now once we handle a text that the user enter on the text field, now we need to simply send this message to the other user that I'm having a chat. So for that we need to simply create one function name which is add message. So here I will write a function name which will be add message, and in this message I first need to pass a bool and will pass sent clicked, and here we'll need to simply pass if message controller dot text is not equals to space. I mean that the text that the user going to enter on the text field. Now let me show what text field I'm talking about. So let's call this and let's pass this space, and when we'll add a backend I will show you what all thing will simply pass over here. I just want to show the text field so that you can simply get clear. like what I'm talking about. Yeah, so save all the pages first, and let's call the chat page over here. So we'll simply hot restart, and this is a text field I'm talking about. So like when the user will simply enter the text over here, and if this text field is not empty, then we are going to execute a add message function. Now add message function will be called when the user will click to this send button. Yeah, I hope it is much clear. Now we need to simply write a string, and first I need to simply get a message, which will be a message controller dot text. Yeah, and we'll simply, once we send the message, I need to simply like clear this text field so that the user can get a chance to send a next message. So here I will use message controller dot text and will simply blank that text field, something like this. Now here I'm going to simply use one more thing, which is a date time. Now as you know that we have also shown the time when the user is sending their last message over in the home page. So that's why I'm going to use a date time, and we'll simply write date time dot now, something like this. Now we'll need to pass a string, a formatted date is equals to date format, something like this. For date format, we need to use an intl package over here. So I will just move to the perspec.ml and will simply write intl and will simply call this package. So this will help us to handle all the things regarding a date format that we need. Yeah, I hope it is much clear. Now let's move to the chat page here again, and here I'm going to simply write a date format, something like this. Now here I need to simply get a date format in hour and a minute form. So I will simply use dot something like this and will pass dot format now. Yeah, now here I'm going to pass a map so that I can simply upload a data to the files to database string dynamic, and will write message info map. Yeah, and this is a message, and here I'm going to simply pass the message that we get, and here we need to simply track like who has sent this message. So if this message has been sent by me, then here I'm going to pass sent by, and here I will simply use my username because I'm clicking this button to execute this add message function. So yes, this message has been sent by me, so I'm using my username over here. Yeah, now here I'm going to use a timestamp so that we can simply track like which is the first message, like first message over here and the other message at the top. I know you have used a WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, so you know how the chatting works. Like a newer message simply comes at the bottom with a older message at the top. Yeah, so to track that I need to use a timestamp, and here I'm going to use a time again, and in the time I need to simply just write feed value dot server timestamp, something like this. Now I need to also pass image URL, which will be the image, and here I'm going to simply pass my profile picture, which is my picture, something like this. So once we have done all this thing, here comes one more thing, which is passing a unique ID to the each message that we are sending. Yeah, so for that I need to simply create one string which will be a message ID. Yeah, something like this, and here I will simply write a message ID is equals to random alpha numeric 10, and I will simply pass a unique string to this message ID. And now I am going to simply call one function which is add message, but before that we need to simply write one function name in database.dart file, which will be future, and here I will write add message, and here I'm going to simply pass first a unique chat room ID where I'm going to send this message. So you will think that how I have written all the add message and what is update last message send function has been written over here. Sorry for that, because I was simply recording a video, but I don't know how this recording stops. I am facing this problem, though I'm using a Mac, but the Apple products sometime won't work as the thing demand. But I will fix that, no worries about that. So here you can see that in the add message function, I have simply written like a chat room ID, and we have also passed a message ID which is a unique message ID that I have shown you, and a map. So here you can see that in the collection I have passed a chat rooms. Now in the chat rooms collection we are going to simply show all the chat rooms where the users are going to have a chat, like a Shyam and Shivam will going to have a chat that will be saved in the chat room collection, and they will have a unique chat room ID. And in the collection chats we are going to show all the chats that these two users are going to had, right? So this is how we can simply track like all the message that have been done in a specific chat room ID. Now the reason for providing a unique chat room ID to the each chat room is because, for an example, if like Shyam and Shivam having some conversation between them which is like a private and they don't want to share with anyone, like they are two main employees of any company, then we need to simply keep that message private by using a specific chat room ID. Now, I don't want that the Shyam should send a message to Shivam, and if we won't keep a unique chat room ID for the each chat room, then that message will be sent to someone else. So that will not make a sense, like when the two users are having a chat. But now think about a same situation if someone is on relationship and our two partner are having a private chat, and if the message has been sent to someone else, then that will simply create a problem to both of that partners. So that's why I need to use a unique chat room ID, and this is one of the most important thing when you are using making a chat app from the scratch. Yeah, so make sure you provide a unique chat room ID to the each chat room where the two users having a chat. Yeah, I hope it is much clear. Now let's move to the chat page, and here I will show you I have simply do one thing, like I use database methods to call a add message function, and once the data or message has been uploaded to the Firestore database, then I have simply used like last message info map. We again created one map because, as you can see that we need to keep a track of the last message that have been sent on the specific chat room. Now you will think that why to keep a last message track in the chat room. As you know that in the home page we have shown the name and the last message that has been sent here on that chat room. Now to keep the track of the last message that have been sent on that chat room, we need to use a last message info map over here. Yeah, now here when we'll move to database.dart file, I've created one function which is update last message sent, and in the collection chat room we keep on tracking like what was the last message. So that's why you can see that I have uses dot update function. So for an example, if the message has been sent like hey how are you, then this will simply hold a message like this was the last message that has been sent on this chat room. Now the user gave a reply like I am fine. Yeah, so now we need to simply update the last message that have been sent on that chat room. So that's why we have simply used dot update function. So don't need to worry, I will show you how this all the things going to work in the Firestore database. Now let's move to our chat page, and here we need to just write await. Here again we need to write like database methods dot update last message sent that I've shown you, and we need to again pass a chat room ID and the last message that have been sent. Now once the send is clicked, like if this is clicked, then we need to simply, as I told you, that blank this text field so that the user can get a chance to send a next message. Yeah, so that's why we need to make our message to null, something like this. Rather than null, you can use a space. I guess a space will be much better rather than using a null over here. So we have wrote a complete add message function. Now I will show you how the tracking will be going to work and what is a unique chat room ID. Yeah, so here I have added one of the user whose name is Ayush in our Firestore database. So let me show you what all things I have added in the Firestore database. So here you can see that in the user section, I have simply added one random user with his user email and ID, his image, his name Ayush Sharma, a search key and his username. So this is the username, like a unique username that the Ayush has, through which I can have a direct chat. So this is my ID, that Shivam21, and this is the Ayush ID through which I can have a chat. Now here in the chat up app, we have also added a search option, like a execution for our search bar, because as I have already added a search bar many times before on my series, so I don't want to make this video length very long by telling you to all the process for the search bar. I will cover all the things, but the search bar I have like teach more than 10 times before. So here you can see that I have simply added, I will just tell you like what all things I have added for the search bar. So here you can see that I have added one function name initiate search that will be simply called when the user will start typing on this text field. And as you can see that in the text field, I have simply wrote one controller, a search controller, that will simply handle a text that the user enter on the text field. And in the onChanged method, I have simply called a initiate search function and I have simply changed the value to uppercase. Now here you can see that I have passed onChange function. So the onChange function will simply do that. So for an example, if I will start typing on this text field, the onChange function will simply get called in the text field and the initiate search function will going to work. Now initiate search function will simply search the user by using the search key that we have passed. So that's why I have passed a search key over here. So this is the advanced searching that I'm going to use in the chat app, because this will help you to simply make your app more user friendly. Like when I will start like A, then it will show me all the users name that start with A, like Ayush, or let's keep like Anamika. So all the users whose name starts with A. You have seen this same feature in an Instagram. So we are using that exact feature in our chat up app. Yeah. So this is a search key that going to work. And here in the home page, you can see that I have passed a element username. So I need to get a username. I will show you how this search function will work over here. And here in the search, you can see that if the search is true, like if I am searching any of the username and search becomes true, then it will show me all the list name that starts with that letter, right? So this is how the search function going to work. Now let me show you the example. So here you can see that let me call the Ayush 356 username here in the app. So I will simply write AY, and you can see that it shows me the username that starts with AY. So in our backend, there is one username whose name is Ayush Sharma. So here you can see Ayush Sharma and his username Ayush356. So here it simply shows the username and his image. So these are all the things that we can simply do through the search bar, and I have added this search bar. And if you want to get a code, as I have told you, I have simply pasted a link in the description box. You can get it from there. Now let's move, and here where we have shown this card, So this is a card that I'm talking about, a container thing. You can see now, once this container have been shown, now when the user will tap to this container, they will directly move to the username, right? No, no, sorry, not username, to a chat page where they can have a direct chat with Ayush. So Shivam and Ayush can have a direct chat. Now to execute that, now I'm going to show how to write that thing. So first I will do one thing, like I need to make a search to false, and because once we move to the chat page, then we don't need a search feature, so we'll simply tell to search to become false. Yeah, now here we need to simply create a unique chat room ID that I've told you. So their chat room ID will be created between Ayush and Shivam, because I've searched a Ayush username over here. Yeah. So to execute that, I need to simply get a chat room ID by username function that we have simply wrote in a chat page. So I'll simply copy this function from here and will simply paste in the home page, something like this. Yeah. Now once we have simply paste this function, now I need to write a var, and here I will use a chat room ID to get my unique ID first. Then I will move to the chat room. So first I will get my ID, like I will ask the app what is my unique chat room ID, give me, so that I can have a private chat with Ayush. Yeah. So I will write my username. So I'll first pass my username. Now we need to get a username from shared preference. So I think so we need to copy all this thing from here. Not all this thing we need exactly, but oh, I have already pasted this. So why I paste it again? Sorry for that. I'll simply paste it over here. We don't need message controller, so we'll remove this. I need some strings, so I'll copy the strings. I think so from here will be okay. We'll paste it over here. We'll call the shared preference. Now we don't need this, so I'll remove this from here. Maybe later, I don't know now if we need. And here I will simply pass my username, which is my username. Now once I have passed my username, I need to pass like the Ayush username through which I'm going to have a chat. Yeah, so I will write Ayush username. So through the data, I will simply call this text field, which is a username, and that username will be simply passed over here. Yeah, so through the data function, we are going to do that, right? Now here, I'm going to simply create a map, a string, a dynamic. Now here a chat info map, something like this, and here, so in the chat info map, we are going to show what all users are going to have a chat in this chat room. So the chat room will be for me and Ayush. So here I will write my username first. So and the username through which I'm going to have a chat. So that's why I will simply write other user name, something like this. Yeah, so here it is. Now once we have done all this thing, we need to simply create a chat room. Now to create a chat room, I need to simply write a function name which will be a create chat room. Yeah, so to write this function, I need to move to the database.dart file, and here I need to simply write one function name which is create chat room. Yeah, and now I need to simply pass a string, a chat room ID first. So I will write chat room ID, and here I'm going to pass a map string dynamic again. So I will write string dynamic and a chat room info map, something like this. Yeah, a sync, and a final, I will write final snapshot is equals to. Now you will think that why I've written a snapshot. Now the snapshot is something that will simply help us to read each document that have been stored in the specific collection. So that's why I've used a snapshot, and we'll write await, and we'll write Firebase firestore dot instance dot collection, and here I'm going to pass a collection name which is chat rooms, and in the doc I'm going to pass a unique username which is a chat room ID username. I mean to say a unique chat room ID, and through the get we are going to simply get the ID first. Then once we have get this, like, this snapshot will simply check that if the specific, like for an example, if I search Ayush here, yeah, now if I have like already haven't chat with Ayush before, now I want that I need to simply go to that specific chat room to have a chat between Ayush and Shivam. Like we have a previous chat before. Now I don't want to simply create a new chat room. So like Ayush and Shivam has haven't chat 2 days back. Now I again search Ayush in this app over here, and I'm clicking to this ID. Now I want to simply move to the same chat room. I have a direct chat with Ayush before, like 2 days back. Then I want that I need to simply move to the new chat room ID. So this will simply keep a track, like we need to send the user to that chat room ID that they haven't chat before. So it will check that if they haven't chat before or not. So that's why now I'm going to simply use a if condition, and we'll simply check that if snapshot exists, like if that chat room exists, like if Ayush and Shivam haven't chat before or not. So if they haven't chat before, then we'll simply pass return true, yes they haven't chat before, I don't need to create a chat room. So create chat room function will not execute over here, and it will not create a new chat room. I hope it is much clear. Now if they haven't have a chat before, then we are going to simply pass return, and in the return I'm going to simply create a new chat room for them. I hope that, because I'm trying my best to explain you all, so this is how I can be, how vocally I can explain you, and I hope that you can understand all this thing. Now if you have any doubt or anything, you can simply comment me in the comment box, and if you want to show your support, hit that like button, because for this work you can hit that like button and be a subscriber of this channel by hitting the subscribe button and be a part of this awesome Flutter family. So we'll write .doc, and here I will simply pass that chat room ID .set, and here I'm going to simply pass a chat room info map, something like this. Yeah, so here it is. Now we can simply call this over here. So I will write await here again. So for that, yeah, we already passed an async. So we'll write database methods dot. Why I'm facing a problem, because I have wrote inside a bracket. I need to write outside a bracket, something like this. Yeah, now we need to simply write dot create chat room, and we already passed a chat room ID, and here I'm going to pass this map that we have written, which is chat info map, something like this. So once the chat room is created, or it will simply check that if the chat room exists, then don't create, and if it is, then create. And once we have done all this thing, we will directly push the user to a which page, a chat page. So here I am going to push the user to the chat page, context, and now we'll simply push the user to the chat page, something like this. And now I need to simply pass the name of an user that I'm going to have in chat, and in the profile user URL I'm going to send his image. So we'll use data and his image, and a username where I'm going to pass his username. So we'll write data and his username. So we'll use username, something like this. Yeah, so this is all the things that we need to simply do for our create chat room thing. Yeah, I hope it is very clear for you. Now we have written lots of code. Now let me show you what all thing I'm talking about. Yeah, so let's simply hot restart the app first, Now I will simply want to have a chat with Ayush. So I will simply search Ayush username. Now I'll click to this Ayush Sharma username, but we will face some error over here. It simply says that null check error. Null check error is because I think so I haven't passed that in the init state. Yeah, I am right. In the init state, make sure you pass the get the set pref function. Yeah, now let hot restart the thing again, and now I will write Ayush Sharma. Yeah, now I'll simply click to this, and null is not a subtype of string, so we are getting something null over here. Let me see what we are getting in null over here. Yeah, so the null thing was coming because here you can see that we have passed small n over here rather than capital N, because in the text field you can, like in this field, you can see that the name is written capital and we have simply passed a small over here. So that was simply making a mistake. Now this is also important thing when you are making an app with a Firebase. Make sure your field name should be exact what the field name you have passed over here. Don't do mistake just like me. Yeah, I hope you are much smarter than me. Yeah, now here I will search again Ayush Sharma over here. Now I'll simply tap to this ID, and now we have successfully moved to the chat page. But here this is just a UI, we haven't changed anything, but our this function is working, I guess. Or let's move to the first to the chat page, and here first I will show you like this home.dart page how this function work that I was telling you. Like if there would be no chat room, then it will create a chat room. So this is a first chat that I'm trying to have with Ayush. So there would be a chat room that have been created in the Firebase. I know you are excited, so let's see that. So we'll move to the Firebase. You can see that a chat room collection has been created, and this is a chat room ID I am talking about. So this is a unique ID, and this unique ID has been created. So this is how the unique ID going to work, and the users that going to have a chat in this chat room ID is Shivam and Ayush. So this is my username and this is Ayush username. Now you have seen how we can simply create a chat room ID, and through this chat room ID now I can simply have a direct chat. Yeah, now let's move to the chat page, and here where we have created a send button, we'll simply wrap up with a gesture detector first, and in the on tab we'll simply call our function which is add message, and send clicked will be simply true. Yeah, because we have clicked this. Yeah, I hope it is clear. Now once we have done all this thing, now let's check this and let's send our first message to Ayush. So here I will simply just write hello Ayush. Ayush, how are you, boy? How are you? Now we'll simply send a message to Ayush, and let's see if it works. So the mistake was that here in the chat rooms the first C was I have written was capital, and here you can see that it simply create another chat rooms collection, and the chat room that we want to simply respond is this chat room. So that's why I am keep on telling that please make sure that you write all the correct collection names, because it will simply throw the error if you write a wrong collection name over here. So I will simply change the capital to small here, and now I'm simply going to remove the old collection that has been created, and I will simply remove and will paste and will delete. Yeah, so here it is. Now let's search Ayush first. So I'll simply hot restart the app, and here I will simply write Ayush Sharma, and here it is. Now I move to the chat, and here I'm going to send a first message to Ayush which is hello, how are you? Yeah, now we'll simply send the message, and the message has been sent. Now let's check to the Firebase like what all data we simply get in the Firestore. So here we'll move to the chat rooms collection, And as I've told you, this is a unique chat room ID that where the Shivam and Ayush can have a private conversation. And here you can see that the last message that I was talking about, that we need to simply keep a track. So here you can see that the last message that have been sent on the chat room is hello, how are you? And who have sent this message? It has been sent by me, so that's why it simply shows my username. It also shows a time when I have sent this message. Now let's move to the chats collection, and here you can see that it simply create a chats collection, and this is ID. And here you can see the message that I have simply sent to Ayush, and this simply show my username and the time when I have simply sent this message. Now when I'll add the second message like I am fine, and will send the second message, and here you will see that the last message has been updated from how are you to I am fine. So this is how this thing work, and this is how the message has been sent. So we'll simply keep on updating the last message that I was keep on telling you to simply show the last message in the home page, right? I hope it is much clear. Now, when we are sending the message, we want to simply show the message over here that have been stored in the Firebase. So we will do that by using a stream builder. Yeah. So let's move to the chat page.dart file, and here first we'll simply close all the functions that we have simply created. Now here we'll simply create one widget which is a chat message, and as I've told you that this will be like showing all the message by using a stream builder. So here I will simply pass a return something like this. Now to use a stream builder, first I need to simply create a stream over here. So I'll simply write a stream, a message stream. Now this is a stream. I hope that if you have followed my old series, then you already know the use of stream builder, because I have used many times before on my course. But if not, then I'm going to simply teach you here. So I'll simply create one stream builder, and in the builder I need to simply pass and context a sync snapshot, and we'll write a snapshot. Now I've already told the use of snapshot, like it will help us to read each document that present in that collection. Yeah, so we need to simply read a chat room collection. Yeah, so let's move to the Firebase first, and here you can see that we need to simply read a chat room collection, then the specific chat room ID, then the chats collection, and all the chats we need to simply show in the chat page, right? So here I need to simply first return, and in the return I need to just write snapshot dot hash data. Now you will think that why I passed a hash data. Now the hash data function will simply check that if the chat room have a respective chats or not to display. Yeah, so it will simply first check, then it will going to display. Now the display will be in the form of list view dot builder, and in the item builder I need to simply pass a context and a index. Now here in the context index I need to simply do one thing over here, which will be like if the snapshot has data, then we'll show the list builder list view dot builder, but if not, then we need to just show the blank. So we'll use just a container over here. Yeah, something like this. I hope it is much clear. Now in the context index I need to simply item count first, because I need to keep a count like how much document present on that respective collection. So here I need to simply pass an item count, and in the item count I just need to write snapshot dot data dot docs, and will simply track the length. So I'm using snapshot dot data dot docs dot length. Yeah, so after it is, we need to also pass a reverse to true. Now the reason for passing a reverse to true is because, as I've told you, that we are going to show the new message from the bottom rather than a new message from the top. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to explain, like if you have used Instagram or WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger, then you already know that what I'm telling about. Like a new message will be shown over here rather than over here. Now if you don't pass a reverse to true, the new message will be shown something over here in the top position. So that's not how the chat feature works. Yeah, so this is how. Now we need to pass one more main thing, which is a stream. We haven't passed a stream, so we need to call a stream first, which is a message stream. Yeah, so here first I need to create one more widget, which is chat message style. Now what is a chat message style? So we need to keep on track, like which message has been sent by me and which message has been sent by the other user, because the message has been sent by me will be shown in the different color, as you can see over here, and at the right side of the screen, and the message that have been sent by other user will be on the different color and to the left side of the screen. So we need to simply keep a track, like which message has been sent by me and by the other user. So that will help us to make this chat app. So chat message style will simply handle this case. So here I'm going to simply create widget and one more function, which will be a chat message type. Yeah. Now here I'm going to simply pass a string, first a message and a bool, and we'll simply check that if the message has been sent by me or not. Yeah, I hope it is much clear. Now here I will simply pass first inside a bracket a return, and in the return I'm going to simply pass a row. Now in the row, what I'm going to do that here I will tell that first let me pass the children, and in the children I need to simply show the flexible widget. Now the reason for using a flexible widget over here is because now the flexible widget will do one thing, like if the message length is very long, then we need to simply keep a track, like how much this size of an blue container will be. Like hello, how are you? So there are 4 words. Now if there will be 5 words, then container size should be increased. So that's why, to provide the flexibility, we are going to use a flexible widget. Now here we need to use a container here again, and in the container we need to pass an padding as in set dot all. We need to just pass an 16. Yeah, so here it is, and a margin will write edge inset dot symmetric, and here we need to simply pass horizontal 16 and a vertical up to 4, something like this. Now once we have done all this thing, we can simply pass a decoration, a box decoration. Now in the box decoration I need to simply pass a different border radius and also a color. Now border radius will be something like this. We'll write border radius dot only from the top left. So you can see from the top left, if the message is sent by me, it is also in the circular form, and if not, it is also in the circular form. So both the case is true. So we'll just pass radius dot circular, and let me check what circular radius we have passed over here, which is 30. So I can simply pass 30, or let's keep it 24, I guess. Yeah. Now from the bottom right, the bottom right is this case. So if the message is sent by me, I don't want to provide border radius, and if not, then I want to provide a border radius. Yeah, so we'll simply check that if the message has been sent by me. If yes, then we'll simply send the radius circular to 0, because I don't need a border radius. Now if the message is not sent by me, I need to simply provide a border radius, which will be a circular 24. I hope it is much clear, because it is very easy to understand, like if the message has been sent by me, how to handle that case, and if not, then how to handle that case. Right now we need to pass a radius circular, and we'll keep 24, and here we need to pass from the bottom left, and we'll simply keep on checking, like if the message sent by me, then we'll use a radius dot circular 24, and here we'll pass radius dot circular 0, something like this. Now here we have done all the case that we want to handle, not all the case, just for the border radius. Now we need to also change a color of a container if the message has been sent by me or not. So here I will simply check that if the message sent by me, I need to simply show the color on this color. So let's get that color first, and if not, then let's pass this color. Yeah. Now here I need to simply pass a child first, and we need to use a text widget, and in the text widget I need to simply pass a message that we need to show. Yeah. Now we can use a style, a text style. Now in the text style I need to simply pass the color, which will be a colors dot white. Font size, let's pass up to 15.0, and font weight will be, let's pass, I think so we can pass bold, I guess it will be okay. Now if we want, we can increase a size maybe later. Now we can simply call a chat message style over here. So we'll simply write return chat message style, and we need to simply pass first a message. So here I'm going to get this message, like you can see this text field which is a message. So here I will just write ds, and not ds, yeah, we need to write a ds because we are getting a document result from each document from a chat collection. Yeah, so this is a collection which is a chats, and this is are all the documents, and we need to simply get sent by and a message from each document. Yeah, so these are all the documents. Now here we need to simply keep a ds. So here I will use like document snapshot ds equals to, and we'll write snapshot dot data, sorry, dot data dot docs, and here we'll keep a index something like this. Yeah, and we'll now ds, and we need to write exact field name which is message. So I'll just write a message, and here we need to keep a track. So here I will copy this text field again, not a text field I'm telling a text field but a field. Yeah, so here I'll write ds, and if the username simply gets matched with my username, so we need to simply pass that case. If equals to, then we need to use a ds, and we need to simply check that if it is true. So that's why I've simply passed a bold case above. Yeah, I hope it is much clear. Now we need to simply get all the data first from a Firebase. So for that we need to simply create a function in database.dart file. So here let's move, and here we need to simply write a future. Now in this future I need to simply first get a data from the stream. So I will write stream, and here I need to just write a query snapshot, and here we'll simply write get chat room messages, something like this. Now here I need to simply pass our chat room id. So I will simply just write a chat room id. Yeah, and now I need to pass async await, and here I will just pass, sorry, first return, and here you can pass await firebase firestore dot instance dot collection, and in the collection we need to simply first write our, now don't make a mistake with a capital and small c. Now make sure it should match what you have written over here. So let me check it again. I think so I was making a mistake again. Yeah, chat rooms dot doc, and we need to simply pass chat room id. So chat rooms, we move to the id. Now a chats collection, so we'll again create one collection which is chats. Now once we get a chat collection, now we need to simply read all the document. Now we need to also order by with a type that we have passed over here, because as I've told you that the message will be shown in the form like a sequence, because if we simply show a random message in the chat room, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, like some message has been sent in 11 a.m, then we'll simply show that message in 8 p.m, then that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so that's why I need to order that collection. So we'll pass order by, and here I need to simply pass a time, and we'll tell that to simply show in the descending order, and we'll simply pass a true, and here we'll simply pass dot snapshot. Yeah, dot snapshot, as I have already told the use of snapshot over here. Yeah, so here once we have done all this thing, now let's move, and here we'll move to the chat page back again, and now I'm going to simply call this function that we have written. Yeah, so for the function I need to simply write one function name, which is get and set message. Yeah, now we need to pass async message stream is equals to await database methods dot get chat room message, and here I need to simply pass a chat room ID. We can use a set state. Now we need to simply call this in the init state. Yeah, so what I'm thinking that let's call on the load function over here, and here first I will simply call, like I need to write a sync first over here, then I need to write an await get the shared pref, and here I need to then call a get and set message. Yeah, now we can use a set state, and now we can directly call on the load function. So here it is. Now we can simply call this chat message widget in our here over here. So first I need to simply pass the username. So we'll write widget.name. So here you can see the name, which is Ayush Sharma, through which I'm having a chat. Now where we have written this, I need to simply remove all the thing that we have just created, and a size walk also. Now here I will simply write a chat message, and I need to simply wrap up with a container, and here I'm going to simply pass the height media query dot of context dot size dot height divided by 2 or 6 is 1.5. You can set it according to your need, like how you want to simply show that. So let me see what fit best. I think so this much height is okay. Now we can simply hot restart the app, and let's check how we will simply get our data. So here I will simply search Ayush Sharma, and here we'll move to the chat, and here you can see hello, how are you? I am fine. Yeah, so this is how we can simply handle the case. Like you can see the message that have been sent by me, but you will notice that we need to simply pass a main, because we haven't passed like how to simply shift a message. Once the message has been sent by me, then I need to simply show in the right position. So we'll use main axis alignment, and we'll write main axis alignment dot end if the message has been sent by me is true. Yeah, and if not, then the main axis alignment will be simply at start. Yeah, something like this. Now you can see that it looks good. Now if I will simply say that hello Ayush, yeah, so here you can see that I can simply send a message, and that message has been shown over here. So this is how the chatting feature going to work. Now if you want, you can increase or decrease a font size according to your wish, like how you want to simply design all the thing. And if you want a more border radius, you can also do that. Up to your need. Yeah, so here it is, and now I can simply send a message to a Ayush. Yeah, so this is how the chatting feature going to work. And now our chat page is not done. I know it is not done because the audio and the image part is still left over here. So let's move and let's make this two thing first in our chat page. So here I have done some of the changes, or you can say I have added some of the functionalities to simply activate the sound recording, or you can say a voice note that the user going to send to the other user, and the image. So let me explain you what all things I have added in the chat page. So here Yeah, when you will move above, you will see that I have added one function name initialize. Now the initialize function will do one thing. It will simply open the recorder that you have, and it will also ask a permission that we want to simply access the microphone of this device, right? So as you know that to access a microphone and send a voice note, we need to ask a permission from the device to access that, right? Without a permission I can't access the microphone. So that's why I have written one function name request permission, and that's why we have added one of the package name permission handler that I have talking about. Yeah, so this was the reason for adding that package and writing this function name, which is a request permission. Yeah, now here you can see that I have written one more function, which is start recording. So start recording function will be called when the user will tap to this mic button, and once this mic button will be activated, it will simply start recording the audio file, and you can also stop the recording once you have simply think that we have recorded all the thing that we need to simply send. Yeah, so once you do all this case, you can simply call this upload file function, and in the upload file function will simply show the toast message first that your audio is uploading, so please wait. And here you can see that I have been using Firebase storage. Now I know that you will tell that Firebase storage is not free, but as we are going to handle audio and images, so that's why I'm going to use a Firebase storage, and through the Firebase storage we can simply access the audio and images file that we upload and send to other user. So let's move to the Firebase first, and here you can see the storage, and in the storage make sure that when you will move to the rules section, then in the rules section simply change the rules from false to true. Yeah, so once you will do these changes, then you can simply upload the data to the Firebase storage. Yeah, I hope it is much clear. Now once you have done all this thing, here we have written a code to upload that audio file that has been recorded, because the audio file will be first uploaded to the Firebase storage, then it will be appeared in the form of the link. So here you can see that I have created one string which is download URL, and in this URL we will get one link and a data. Now you will see that I have added one more field which is data. Now the reason for data, and we have also added this field in the message where we are uploading a message. So let's close this first and let me show you. Yeah, so here you can see the message. Now here when the user will send a message, we'll track that yes it is a message. Now when the user will upload audio, we'll simply change the data to audio, because we'll tell that it is an audio. So we need to keep on track like what user is sending by using this option, so that we can simply show that over here. Now I will show you how this data field is very important on this Firebase, and how we can simply track our data. So yeah, so once we have done all this thing, now this was a function through for upload file, and here you can see that I have created one dialog box. Now when I tap to this open recording, or you can say the mic button, you will see that this dialog box appear, and it simply says that add voice note. Now I'll simply click to the start recording button, and my recording will automatically start, and once the recording is done I can simply upload the audio. Now this is an emulator, so that's why it don't have any recording feature like voice recording feature, so that's why start recording function will won't work over here. So when I'll test this app on the real device, yes, we are going to test this app on the real device also, and I will show you how to use this recording function. Now we have added one more thing, which is image. Like as you can see, as I've told you that we will also upload the image. Now for the image I have just written some of the functions over here, like file selected image. Now as I've told you that I have used image picker and pick the image from the phone gallery functions and all many time before in my series, so I don't want to show that code and make this video long. So that's why I've simply wrote image picker function, and just a function like here you can see upload image, where you can simply upload the image. So this is a function to upload the image. Yeah, so if you want to simply write a code, you can pause the video, and if you want to simply get a code, I will simply provide the link in the description box. You can simply get a code from there, no worries about that. Now I'll show you how the upload image function will going to work over here. So now here you can see that I am having a chat with Ayush, and I have sent one message hello, and the second message how are you. Now I want to simply send the image from a phone gallery. Now the Ayush asked me that I want an image of the watch you are wearing. So I want to simply send him the watch image. Now I'll simply type to this attach file icon, and here it simply opens my phone gallery, and now I can simply click to this watch option or watch image, not option, and here you can see that it simply shows your image is uploading, please wait. Yeah, now let's check to the Firebase, and let's check what we will simply get over here there. Yeah, so here we'll move to the Firestore database, and here we'll move to our specific chat room ID where I am having a direct chat with Ayush. So here move to the chats collection, and here you can see that 3 document has been created. Now it is a message, so that why it's showing a message. Now this is also a message. Now I've sent an image, so here you can see that data has been changed from message to image to indicate it as an image. Now in the message you can see that there is a link. Now let me open this link first, and I will show you. Yeah, so here you can see that this is the image that I've just uploaded from my emulator, and we have simply get over here. Now in the last message you will see that image, it simply says that image has been sent by the user. Now you can see that once I've sent the image, the link of an image has been shown over here, but we don't want to send a link of an image to that user. We need to simply send them the image rather than showing the link. So that's why I was telling that how data is necessary here. So now we need to do some of the changes to simply show the image over here, and same for the audio file. Yeah, here you can see that it simply shows an image rather than a link. So let me explain you what all thing I have done over here. So in the chat message style where we have shown our chat message, here you can see that I have passed our data. Now the data, as I have explained you, the data will keep a track like it is an image, it is an audio, or it is a message has been sent by the user. So it will simply keep a track like what have been sent by the user. Yeah, so then we need to simply pass a data that we simply get over here. So this is the data that I'm talking about. Now once we have passed and data over here, now we need to simply check that if the data is equals to image. Now if the data is image, then we need to simply show the image over here. Now if the data is audio, then I will simply show the audio icon to play that audio. Now I need to simply add some more features in this to allow the user to play that audio. I will show you how I will do that. Now if the text is a message, now the message will be simply sent. So for an example, now if I will send a message like how it is, tell me how it is. Yeah, now I'll simply send this message. Now I will send one more image like of this watch, and here it simply says your image is uploading, so please wait. Yeah, and here you will see the image that, yeah, now here you can see that the image appears, and this image I have simply sent to the Ayush. So this is how we can simply send an image to the respective user, and this image will be uploaded to the Firebase storage, and then it will be simply shown in the Firestore database. Yeah, so this is how we can send an image. Now let's move and we'll simply create one more thing, which is our audio player screen. And in the audio player screen we need to simply pass the audio file so that the user can simply play that audio file. Yeah, but as it is just an emulator, so that's why I won't show you. When we'll simply test the app on the real device, then I'll show you how this audio file going to work. So now Let's move, and in the home page I'm going to simply show all the chats that the user have done over here in the chat up home page. So here we need to simply call all the room IDs that simply match with my username. Yeah, so if any of the room chat room ID that simply match with my username, we are going to simply show that in the home page. So as you know that when we need to simply read a documents from a Firebase, we need to use a stream builder, right? So here we need to write a stream builder here again, and here first I am going to create a stream which will be chat room streams. So here I will write chat rooms, and here I will write chat room stream, something like this. And here we have simply created a stream. Now I can simply create a function to show all the chat room list where I have a chat with any of the users. So here I will just write chat room list, something like this. Now first I need to simply write a widget over here, and in the widget here I need to do one thing. I need to simply pass a return, and in the return I need to write a stream builder. As I told you, we need to simply call a stream builder, and here I need to pass a context, and in the context we need to write async snapshot. Yeah, so here it is, and we need to simply return, and in the stream I'm going to simply pass a chat room stream. So I'll write a stream and a chat room stream. Now in the return I need to simply check that if the chat rooms have the respective documents or not. Like if I haven't talked any of the users till now, then it will simply show here the blank. And if I have a chat with any of the users past before on this app, then I will simply show all the chats in the home page, right? So we need to simply check that by using snapshot dot has data, and here we'll simply use a list view builder to show all that. Yeah, now in the item builder I need to simply pass a context index, and once the data is there, then we'll show that through list view builder, and if not, then will you just use a container, something like this. Yeah, so here it is. Now in the list view builder, first I need to simply pass a padding, and just pass a padding as insert dot 0, and it will simply like remove all the unknown space from a list view builder. And here I need to simply pass an item count so that I can simply count all the documents that present in a respective docu collection, not a document here. So we'll write docs dot length, something like this, and we need to simply pass a sync and wrap to true, and here we need to pass a document snapshot ds is equals to snapshot dot data dot docs, and here we need to just pass an index, something like this. Now here we need to create one more thing, which is a chat room tile. Now the chat room tile, here you can see the container. Now the container we are going to simply pass in a chat room tile, you can say chat room list tile. So here once again we are going to simply create one more stateful widget, which will be a chat room tile. Yeah, so here I will just write a stateful widget, and in the stateful widget we'll just pass here a chat room list type, something like this. Yeah, now here I can simply pass a scaffold. Now here I think so rather than passing a scaffold, we can simply show this container that we have just made for the UI, and here I need to simply copy this complete thing from here where we have written something over here. So I'll copy this material widget and will simply paste it something over here, where over here in the body, and I simply paste it over here. Now once we have done all this thing and we have shown a container, we can show the data now by using a profile pic URL name, username and his ID. So here, like, you can see that it simply shows a Shyam image over here with a Shyam name and what message he has sent to me. Now I don't have a Shyam image. Now I need to simply track, like I need to go to the users collection, and here I need to simply first track all the collection where the Shyam has a data to simply get his pick and show that pick over here. I hope you are getting what I am trying to explain. So that's why I am simply going to create one string. Now in the string I am going to simply store the profile pic. So I will just write profile, and here I will write profile pic URL and I will just pass a space. Yeah. Now I'm going to simply get his name, his username and his ID. Yeah, so we need to pass all this thing to get the details about a Shyam. Now I'm taking an example of Shyam, but there will be a number, like so many users. You can have a chat like 50 users, then we need to simply get a 50 users profile pic over here to simply show in the chat page, right? Now here I will just create one more function, which is get this user info, and this function will simply help us to get the user info. And here I just need to pass an async and will pass username equals to widget dot chatroom id. Now I think so I haven't created a chatroom id, so first we need to simply get some details over here in this widget. So first I'm going to create a string, and in the string first I'm going to get a last message that have been sent to Shyam. Yeah, the chatroom ID, my username and a time. So these are all the details that we need to simply pass over here, and we need to simply call all this by using chat room list style. And here we need to simply use this dot chatroom ID, this dot my last message, username, and same for time. Yeah, we need to also show the time, that's why I'm using string time over here. And we need to simply pass a required function because we need all this data to execute a thing. Yeah, so once you have written all this thing, we can simply just write widget dot chatroom id dot replace all. So you can see that here in the chat rooms, the two users whose ID are something like this, like the first username through which I'm going to have a chat, then a dash, or you can say underscore, then a Shivam, which is a my username. So this is how the username chatroom ID has been created. Now to get a Ayush detail from the user's collection, I need to simply get his username and will simply match that username over the user's collection to get his pick. So I will simply match that if any of the document that present in the user's collection match with this username or not. I hope you are getting what I am trying to tell. So this we need to do because I need to get the Ayush image over here. So here first I will simply match the username and then I will simply get his image. Yeah, I hope it is clear. Now that's why I'm writing this function to first get his name from the chatroom ID, then I'm going to match that ID. Yeah, so here I will just write replace all, and here I will simply pass a underscore, and in the underscore I will just replace a underscore with a space. Yeah, you can just like write the chatroom ID and can replace all the thing. You will get what I'm trying to explain. And the replace all, where my username is there, just replace it with a space. Yeah, to get the other user username. This is just to get the other user username. Now I just write a query snapshot. Query snapshot is equals to await Now here I need to simply create one function to match the data. So here I will move, and here I'm going to simply create one function which is get user info. So let's move to the database.dart file, and here I'll simply create one function which will be a future, a query snapshot, and we'll just write get user info, something like this. And here I need to simply pass the username that I want to search, and here I'll just write async return. I first need to return await, and here I just need to write firebase firestore dot instance dot collection, and here I need to simply pass the collection that I want to match, which is users collection dot where, and this dot where function will simply first match the username that I want to keep a track. I hope that it is very easy for you to understand, but if not, I will recommend you to simply write a code. Don't simply watch this video just like a movie. I will tell that simply code along with me, because this will help you to just like code, and if you will write, you will get to know what I'm trying to explain. And if you simply watch this video just like a movie, then you can't get a single thing, because this is a code. This is not like you simply run abcd. So this is a code. When you will simply code, you will get to know what I'm telling about. Yeah, I hope it is clear. Now we need to simply just write username is equal to, and we'll simply match the username, and we'll simply get that details. Yeah, I hope it is clear. Now here we'll write database methods dot get user info, something like this. Now once you have done all this thing, I can simply get a name. Yeah, so for the name I just need to write a snapshot. You know that what snapshot does. I won't repeat it again. Yeah, now we'll just write a query snapshot dot docs, and we'll simply get the name. So here I'll just write a field name which should be exact this field name. So I'll just write a name, something like this. And once we have done all this thing, we need to simply get the profile and his id, something like this. Yeah, so here I need to get his profile pic, and just write the field name which is image, and I'll just write image over here, the id, and we'll simply get the id. So this is the id that I'm trying to get over here. Yeah, and we just need to pass a set state. Now in the init state, I can simply pass get user info, something like this. Now here it is done, I guess, and we have wrote all the thing to simply get the user image over here. Now we can simply pass all the detail over here. Now the image will be in the form of the link, so that's why I'm going to do one thing. Now we'll just write profile pic url is equals to space, then we'll just show circular progress indicator, and once we get an image, we can use a clip react, and rather than image.asset, we'll pass network, and we'll just write profile pic url. Yeah, I hope it is clear. Now we can pass same, which is a username over here, which is rather than username, we need to pass a name. Yeah, name like this. I hope that we are getting a username over here. Yeah, you just need to pass a name rather than username, a last message, which is a last message. So we just need to write widget dot last message, and we need to also show the time. So we'll write widget dot something like this. Yeah, so I hope we have written all the thing. Now we need to simply call the chat room tile form here. Where here here, where we need to simply return it first. So we'll write return chat room list. I'm calling chat room list. style over here. Yeah, so for that I need to pass ds.id because this is the id that I'm trying to get. Here the id will be displayed, and the last message that we want to simply show, so then ds last message, my username will be as it is, and for the time we are going to show this time, which is last message sent timestamp. So we'll write ds, we'll paste it exactly, and here it is. Yeah, so we have simply shown all this details. Now here we haven't called the function to show that the collection, so we need to simply create that function to show that. Yeah, so for that I need to move to the database.dart file, and here I need to just write a future, and we need to just write a stream. Now in the stream I need to just write a query snapshot. We need to just write a query snapshot, and here we need to just write get chat rooms. Yeah, and we need to write async, and here we need to pass a string first, and the string I need to first get my username is equals to await shared preference helper dot get username. Yeah, and we can simply return by using await firebase firestore dot instance dot collection, and here I need to simply pass chat rooms, which is this collection. So let's copy this collection and we'll simply paste it over here, and we'll write dot order by, and we need to pass time descending, and we need to make a descending to true, something like this. Now once we have done all this thing, we can pass dot where. Now I'm writing this function because I need to simply move to the users list and check that which users list have my username, and we need to just show that all chat room id over here. Yeah, so there I am just passing this, and we need to write users dot array contain, and the array contain will simply check that if it contain my username over there, and if then we'll simply get the by using dot snapshot, something like this. I hope it is clear. And once we have written all this thing, we can create on the load function first. You need to write async await get the shared pref, and here I will write await chat room stream equals to await database methods dot get chat room message, and we need to pass a chat room id. Sorry, not this function, we need to call get chat rooms, something like this, and we need to pass a set state, and in the init state I can simply pass on the load function. Yeah, here it is, and we have done. Now we can simply call the chat room list over here. Now here in the name I can pass my name, so I will just write my name over here. Just write my name, something like this, to show my name over here that we get in the expanded widget. We just remove the material widget from here, and we just need to write chat room list. Yeah, so here it is done, and now we can simply show all the chats over here. So let's hot restart the app. Now here you can see in the home page we can see all the chats that we have with the users, and here you can see that I use Gupta, through which I have the chat and the image when like This is the last thing that simply happen on this chat room. Now when I'll tap to this chat room, will redirect to that page, but for redirection we need to do some of the things like here. Let's move to the home.dart page, and here first I need to move to the material widget, and we need to simply wrap up with a gesture detector. And one more thing, the error that we are simply getting over here is because we have added a scaffold. Now make sure that you are passing a chat room list style in the widget, so that's why I remove the scaffold from here, and here I'll just write a gesture detector, and in the onTap method will directly push the user to the chat page. So here I will just write material page root, and here we'll write material page root context, and here we'll directly push the user to the chat page. So I'll just write a chat page name, and here I'm simply sending the profile URL, which is this profile pic URL. So I'll just write profile pic URL over here, something like this. Now when I'll tap to this, and here you can see that we can directly move to the chat page, and this is the last thing that we have simply sent on this chat room, which is an image. So that's why you can simply see the image over there. I hope it is clear. Now one more thing, let's move back, and here you can see this icon. Now when we'll tap to this icon, we'll directly move to the profile page, and in the profile page you can see the user image, his name, email, logout and delete account button. So now let's do one thing, let's move to the home page here back again, and the home page will simply use get the shared pref function here again, and we'll copy this and we'll simply paste it over here, and we'll simply call all the thing. Yeah, now simply remove the stream, we don't need a stream, and in the init state I'm going to simply call get the shared pref. Now I'm doing this because so that I can show the username and his email. Yeah, I hope it is clear. Now until it is loading, we need to do one thing, we need to simply pass my name is equals to null, then we'll simply show a circular progress indicator, and once it is loaded, then we are going to simply show the name over here, and we'll simply wrap up with a center widget. And here we need to simply, I know that it simply changed to black, but do not need to worry, I will show you how we can handle this. Rather than passing over here, we can do one thing, we need to simply pass it over here, so that the color won't get disappear. So I'll just write is equals to null, then we'll just show circular progress indicator, and we'll simply wrap up with a center widget, something like this. Now here you can simply change the color, which will be colors dot white, something like this. And now you can simply show the name of the user, but before that, if you want to show the user image, you can use network, and you can first show his image. I think so it is written my picture, so I'll simply write my picture over here, and here I need to simply pass my name, will just pass my name. And here you can see that there is two button, but simply hot restart the app here again, and now we'll simply click to this, and here you can see the my name and the email. So this is what I was talking about, and now I can see my name. I have simply passed in a wrong position. I think so. We need to simply pass over here, which is my email first, and then I want to show the name over where over here. So I'll simply change it to name, and here I will just write my name, something like this. Yeah, so it is done. Now if you see overflow pixel error, you can simply decrease down the font size to manage it, and here you can see the logout and delete button. Now to execute this, I need to add some of the features or functions in our order.dat file. So in our order.dat file, here I will do one thing, like I will create one function name which is sign out. Now here I'll write future sign out, and here first I will write async await Firebase auth, and will write dot sign dot instance dot sign out to simply sign out the user. And once he demand to simply delete their account, we can also do that by using future here again, and we'll simply write a function name which is delete user. And in the delete user function, I just need to simply get the user detail first, like then we'll simply delete that thing. Yeah, so we'll write await firebase auth dot instance dot current user, and we'll write user, and here we'll write dot delete function to simply delete the user detail. Yeah, so here it is done. Now once you have done all this thing, now we can simply call all these two function in the profile page. So let's move to the profile page first, and in the profile page we'll simply wrap up the container that we have written with a gesture director. I've already wrapped up. Now here I need to just write async, and here I will write await auth methods dot sign out, and once we have sign out, we can simply push the user to the where onboarding page. Right, now to push the user, I will just write navigator dot push replacement, because I don't want that when he hit the back button he simply move inside the app. We need to simply provide them a new route. So we'll write material page route, and in the context I will just push the user to the onboarding page, something like this. Yeah, so once we have written all this thing, now let's do same execution for our delete page. Now again we'll wrap up with a gesture detector on tap method gesture detector here by gesture detector await. For that we need to simply pass async await auth methods, and we'll write auth methods dot delete user dot then, and we'll again push the user to the onboarding page. Yeah, so here I'm going to simply copy this navigator function here again, and we'll simply paste it something over here as it is. Yeah, so this is how we can simply add a logout and a delete button. So let's move back to the home page, and I think so we have completed all the features for our chat app. But before closing this video, now I will show you how our chat app will look alike when there will be a conversation between the two users. So here I'm going to show two devices in my screen and the conversation that going to happen between the two users, right? On the center you can see the iOS device where I have simply opened my chat app, and on the right you can see the Android chat app that we have successfully launched in the Android app. So this give a complete conclusion that this course will be for both Android and iOS, as you can see on the screen. Now the reason for showing the two screens over here, because to simply give you an idea, like a two person who has a two different devices can use this app to have a chat, right? Now here first I'm going to authenticate with the help of Google in my Android device, then I will authenticate with the help of Google in the iOS device. So let's click to this sign in with Google button, and now we'll simply click to this iOS button also, and we'll select one of my account for my Android device and one of my account for iOS device. Now we'll simply sign in with Google in both the device, and we have simply registered successfully and directly moved to the home page. Now in the home page you can see at the top we have simply added a wave emoji and a hello, and here we have simply shown the user name that have been simply used by the user to sign up in the app with the help of Google. Now here you can see the welcome to text with a chat up text. Now chat up is the app name that I have simply kept for this chat app, and here you can see the profile icon, and by tapping to this icon we'll directly move to the profile page where the user can simply see their profile picture, their name, the email, the logout and the delete button. So we have also added a logout and delete button in the profile page. Now let's back to the home page, and here you can see the search bar where the user can simply search for the respective username that he want to have in chat. Now what is this username? So now the reason for giving a username is something like this. It's just like an Instagram. So in the Instagram, as you know that each user have their own specific username. So that the thing we have simply done in our chat app, where we are going to provide the unique username to the each user, and by writing that username, the user can simply have a chat with that user. Yeah, so now I'm going to simply write the username that I have simply signed up through my Android device, and here I will just write app crafting, and here will directly move to the chat page, and here you can see that it simply shows the username through which I am having a chat. And here in the chat page you can see that we have added an option to simply send a voice note to the user and a message bar so that they can send a message to the user, and you can see that we have added a attach file icon, and by pressing to this icon they can simply send the image to the respective user. So I will simply send my first message from here and will just write hello, how are you, and will simply send this message from here, and you will see that after sending a message, the message frequently appeared in my mobile device. Now I will simply tap and will send a reply to here, and you can see that it simply shows an option to give an permission to send the voice note to this user. So I will simply give a permission, and here you can see that hello, how are you message. Now I will simply reply to it and will just say hi, I am fine. Yeah, so here you can see that in no seconds we will get a message on the real time, and the two users can simply have a chat. So this is an awesome chat app. Now let's send a reply to him and we'll say how this app is. And you can see in just a few seconds we get the message in our other device, and I will simply reply that yes, it is great. Yeah, so here you can see that the two users can simply have an awesome chat between each other like one to one in no time, and we can simply get a message from one device to the another. Now let's move and let's send the image to Shivam, like if he asked me an image for the watch. Now let's send the image to Shivam, and I will simply send the image of watch from here, and will simply send the image, and you will see that it simply shows that your image is uploading, but in no time the image has been sent to the user, and it simply shows in my app too, in my, I think so, in my Android device too. And you can see that we can successfully send the image here. Now let's send the other image here, and here you can see that how frequently the image is transferring from one device to the another, and we can successfully send an image. Now let's move ahead and let's send a voice note. So here in the Android device I will simply record a voice note from here. So I will simply tap to this mic icon and I will start recording. Hello, how are you? Do you like this app? We'll stop the recording and upload our audio. Now let's wait as audio is uploading. So here you can see that audio has been sent, and will simply play this audio in my Android device, and you will simply hear it. Hello, how are you? Do you like this app? So you can see that how we can simply send an audio to the other user in no time, and we can also send images, we can also send messages. So this is it from this video, and we have made a complete chat app from the scratch, and you have added one more app to your app bucket list. Now I will tell you one thing, if you want to simply add some more apps to your app bucket list, you can simply follow, because we have already made 12 to 13 apps before on this channel. And if you want the source code of this video, I will simply provide you the link in the description box. And I hope that you have hit that like and subscribe button till now, because I have tried my best to explain you beautifully as I can, and we have made this app from the scratch. So I deserve like and subscribe button. So hit that like and subscribe button and show your support. Until then, keep coding, keep having fun. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.